and welcome to Flagrant 2, no easy buckets, analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your soul's needs. And this episode has been brought to you by Manscaped, okay? Manscaped, manscaped.com. Get your balls, get your pubes, get your nether regions looking right, all right? You shouldn't be shaving your body or your pubic hair with the same razor or trimmer. That's crazy. Okay, so you get out there, you get that Lawnmower 2.0 trimmer with skin-safe technology for a smooth shave every time, everywhere. Don't play around. They got the shaving mat. So when you're shaving, you can dispose of the hair easily. You don't want your pubes all on the floor. Then you look crazy as well. Now you're answering questions from your girl. Are you shaving your pubes? That's none of her business. Okay? The manscaped.com is the place to make sure your pubes look right. Use our offer code FLAGRANT and you get 20% off. That's right, 20% off plus free shipping. All right, these guys are shipping the shit to you for free. Again, manscaped.com. Use the code FLAGRANT to save money and get free shipping on anything you guys want and need. After you purchase something, let everybody know the Army's strong, okay? Leave a review showing the world that we keep it tight over here. Manscaped.com, offer code FLAGRANT. Now let's start the show. I am Andrew Schulz. I am here with Akaash, Singh, Real Life Kaz. We got AlexxMedia and Eden on the ones and twos. And I got a quick announcement real quick. We got a couple shows coming up, man. Get on these early, okay? I'm tired of coming into your city. The shows are sold out, and then people DMing me the whole weekend like, yo, how do we get in? Can we get into the show? What can we do? Da-da-da. Yes, you can get into the show if you buy tickets early. That's how you get into the show. We do a limited amount of shows in every single place. The goal is we sell out everyone, and that's it. Okay?
And then you could do bigger venues, and then nobody would.
Nobody has a problem.
A little easier to get tickets without them getting.
So the thing is this: we go in there. I'm going to tell you guys full disclosure how I work. I go in there, I tell the comedy club, I think I can sell this many shows out. And they go, do you want the whole weekend? I said, no, I don't want the whole weekend. I want this many shows, and we're going to sell those motherfuckers out. So you guys hear about these shows before anybody else. Please believe I announce them here before I even let the clubs blast an email to everybody so you guys get tickets first. So we're coming to Cleveland, one night only, okay? 2 shows, 4-13. That's April 13th at the Hilarities Comedy Club. Then we're going to the Austin Moon Tower Comedy Festival. That one's a little weird because I think you've got to buy a badge or something to go see the shows. It's like one of these festival things. So
is it Austin City Limits?
No, it's called Moon Tower. It's a comedy festival they got in Austin. Okay. Yeah. So Austin's dope. And matter of fact, when we're there, I want to hit up that BSR Surf Ranch. So if any of y'all got the plug at the Surf Ranch, we're going to go do that. You know, Alex and I are surfers now. Alex got his surf on this weekend. We're going to show you. We'll talk about that later. And then I'm going to be down in Dallas. Okay? I'm going to be the 3rd and the 4th of May. Technically Addison, the Addison Improv, but that's close enough to Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm going to just call it Dallas. It's
Dallas?
All right, bet. Then Nashville, one night. Okay? Zanies. Nashville, 5-18. Then I'm in Columbus, Ohio, May 24th and 25th. That's one of my favorite clubs in the country. That's an amazing club.
Which one?
I love Funny Bone in Columbus.
Oh,
best chicken tenders
Really?
of any fucking food establishment I've ever been to in my life.
Not even just comedy spot.
Fam,
just like
the chicken tenders. Okay, first of all, it seems almost hacky to say, but they're very tender. They're incredibly. It's a very tender tender.
Tender?
It's no. But that is not the selling point. That's not. I know it sounds crazy, but there are times where you get a chicken tender and
it's like a little rubbery.
It's like bread. It often like breaks a little bit like bread.
There's too
rubbery,
much batter on it, so
yes.
it's not a lot of meat.
Oftentimes you get a chicken tender and it's almost like the batter is a shell.
Yeah.
And then the meat is inside it, but they're not even connected. Yeah. Right. Funny Bone Chicken Tenders. I'm doing a plug for them right now. I am giving them the whole fucking...
Listen,
ready?
Chicken Tenders better be smacking.
Wait for it. Ready?
You better tell them to order extra that weekend.
Chicken tender, right? Here it is. I know this sounds crazy. I don't know, the breading?
Yeah.
Breading?
Yeah.
The breading almost crumbles off. It's like almost wet.
Oh, well, like breaks off in your mouth?
Bro, it is crazy, dude. It is like we had a trash version of them in Orlando. Were they still not bomb?
They were good.
It was like comedy club food is notoriously bad.
Terrible.
Like
Terrible.
awful. Y'all can attest to this.
No, just bar food in general.
Bar food and then imagine like even worse.
Like this
It's
right
worse than
below.
bar food.
It's
for
worse
sure.
than bar food because
Okay.
the bar don't have.
Are these the chicken tenders? Are these the famed chicken tenders?
No.
There's
Don't
Normally
disrespect
you-
them. Don't disrespect them. That's disrespectful.
That's just
Take
a
that down
Google
right now,
image of
edit.
chicken
Edit. Take that down right now, man. You're being disrespectful.
But the size of a chicken tender itself
Son,
is.
there's so many different ways. Like it is not a Popeyes chicken tender. It's not like a
Yeah.
KFC chicken tender where it's that hard, crunchy crust.
I don't mind that though.
Neither do I. I like it. It's a different type. I'm with you on that. It's a different type. This is a succulent. It is a succulent, delectable little treat.
white
How did
meats?
you find out about?
white
Because you
meat?
don't
Fam,
normally.
I don't
comedy
even
clubs-
eat bread.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't eat bread, but when I'm at the comedy club, there's nothing to get, so I go chicken tenders, fries. There's a little bit of
Have you
breading on
had
it.
other food besides the chicken tender? Maybe it's all slapping.
Fam, no.
Really?
I've tried the other food. I tried the other food, and I
There
went
goes the
right
plug,
back
first
to
of
the
all.
tenders.
You
Yo,
s-
guys, I'm telling you right now.
No, you
I'm
know
telling
what?
you right
There's
now.
something in knowing what you're good at and
Fam,
what you make well.
fam, I've gone to other Funny Bones and I've asked if it's a recipe they all have because there's another good Funny Bone. Liberty Township is a good Funny Bone. They have good chicken tenders. Matter of fact, I'm going to be there as well. But we'll talk about that another time. All I'm saying is Columbus, we're going ham on the chicken tenders. After we sell out the show, we have to sell out the chicken tenders, or it's not a success. Then I'm going to be in St. Louis at Helium Comedy Club the 31st of May, and then the 1st of June, and then Ann Arbor the 7th of Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's outside Detroit, Michigan. White Detroit, as some people call
White
it.
Detroit.
Nobody calls it that. I call it that. June
true.
Greektown is
7th.
white Detroit.
American
Greektown?
Pie?
Greektown is white Detroit.
Wait, is there like a?
There's Greektown. Yo, I love
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah,
I
I've
was
been
in
there a bunch
Detroit,
of
dog.
times.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It's like what Austin probably was before the hipsters ruined it.
Yeah. Like
There's
the
a lot of
downtown
cool
is
little-
really nice.
yeah, little
Like,
so there's
startups
a
over
little
there.
hipster community in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do. They move into poor neighborhoods and they
Right.
move out all the poor people.
there's like
But-
casinos there and
but
shit
they
too,
bring it
like,
back.
real
But
nice.
yeah, but it's not like annoying yet. Like the StockX
Right.
headquarters are there.
Yeah.
Greektown is cool. There's
Okay.
good little Greek food out
So
there.
we
Dog,
can
I
have some
saw
fun.
a movie.
Yeah, no, that's a
We
little
saw
over
Creed
there.
2 there. I told you this. Me and my homie Donish are doing shows out there.
Yeah.
Saw a movie, $4 to see Creed 2, brand new. And if we wanted the reclining seats, $4.75.
Wow.
They ain't climbed out the recession yet.
My God.
And it's
Wow.
lovely. It's like
Yeah.
going to
And I think-
India.
and I
You
think
got an
weed's legal
exchange
there,
rate.
too.
Huh?
I think weed's legal there too.
See, I would feel
Like,
very
you just, like, buy weed
uncomfortable
in, like, a church.
just being in a movie theater where somebody couldn't afford the 75 cents to lean back. Like, that would make me feel like looking at those people who are 75
Like-
cents changed their day.
The fact that there's gonna be people looking up at you with the reclining seats.
Nah,
like,
B.
Yeah, two
this
old black.
rich motherfucker.
Nah.
with
Two
his
old
extra
black ladies
75
walked in.
cents.
You know, immigrants and brown people in general, I think, will eat in the theater. But I had never seen this. Two old black ladies walked in with a full bag, opened it up, 3 Tupperwares come out.
Oh, that's
Foil.
normal.
These bitches are
That's not, I was about to say.
full meals.
That's how we grew
Bro,
up,
I'll
bro. You
sneak
kidding
in
me?
snacks, but like a
Nah.
fucking.
Whole meal. I go with the
Nah.
Chinese food, chopsticks,
Facts.
all that.
I stuck an oxtail so movie one time, bro. Dead ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, go to theandrewschulz.com right now. Get those tickets right now. Cleveland's moving quick. It's only a couple weeks away, so no excuses. Get on them shits. And then next week, I got a very special announcement. I'm excited to share with you guys. I almost want to share it with you guys right now,
Go for it.
but
motherfucker.
we can't. I have
don't cock tease me, bro.
no. There's some good stuff. Some good stuff happening.
All
Some
right.
good stuff happening. So I have to wait until next week, but I'm excited to let you guys know. So
Oh, and this
next week,
Thursday,
you guys will
can I
know.
say?
Yeah, go.
This
go.
Thursday, Wale Mania tickets are damn near sold out.
Get it.
But fuck. By the time this comes out, they'll probably be sold out. But I'm just
Appreciate
gonna say
you having
anyway.
Wale come on the podcast. That was really dope of you.
He's still not. He's not in town yet, bro. There's always the Friday edition.
Patreon.
Patreon.
All
There
right,
you
we
go.
got
Wale.
Exactly.
We get
Come
Wale.
on,
Have a nice
guys.
depressing ass episode with Wale.
fuck
Wale,
you.
what are you upset about this
We're
week?
doing a shit ton of media this week. For
Is
that
he?
too. No, we're both doing it. Yeah.
Wale
Okay,
in a
good.
good headspace these days.
Very good. Like we're doing like Good Day New York and shit.
Whoa.
And yeah, and like Hype Beast and a bunch of like fucking video game channels and
Well, that's dope.
yeah, it should be fun.
We-
But yeah, get
Go
tickets.
support Wale
SonyHall.com.
Media, man. We gotta get behind that. Go support it.
Yes, sir. Bring all the
Um,
assholes come through.
Next, I got to shout out I got to do a special shout out to the Flagrant Media Group, man. Not only for really cooking on these ads, but they're building out the Flagrant Media Group website. We got patrons that have helped us in every city film. I got to shout out the people that were helping us in Orlando. It's John, Jonathan, Ayana, Jonathan is a sweet kid. He's 21 years old. He looks like he's 14 years old. And we had Wheezy from Horrible Decisions. Her mom came to the show.
Shout out Wheezy
Oh,
Moms.
wow.
Bro,
Wheezy Mom's a
Miss
stone cold
Wheezy.
freak.
Wheezy mom, Wheezy mom, there's like video, I think you have the video. She just started talking about like how she'd never done anal, but like the tip went in, and this kid just goes, oh my God. He was fucking floored. And the mom just laid in, kept going on and
Wheezy mom
on
is a
and leaning
freak,
in.
bro.
She was
Dead
telling
ass.
stories about like the people fucking like crazy in Studio 54. She was telling a story, and this poor kid, he kept on saying, I can't imagine my mom doing it. I can't imagine my mom talking like that. I can't imagine my mom talking like
Alex, is
that.
it weird to hear your mother-in-law talking like that? That's an odd thing, man.
Wheezy's mom said, I have one of the best blowjobs in the world. And we were like, what? And she was like, listen, when you've had at least 5 guys say that you are the best blowjob in the world, that's how you know that you're one of the best blowjobs in the world. And she's like, and we're not talking about guys who don't get blowjobs a lot. We're talking about guys with some experience. And when they say you're number one, that means you're number one. And this poor kid just goes, Jesus Christ. Bro, he was sweating. He couldn't believe it, right? This adorable kid.
Yeah, really good kid.
Adorable kid. And so shout out to Ayana, and then Ayana's boyfriend as well. We're going to get his name right now.
Marcus.
But Ayana, Marcus, and Jonathan, man, they took photos at the shows, man. It was a crazy weekend. This lady had a seizure at the show.
I heard. I saw the tweet.
Damn, that's
That
rough.
shit was fucking nuts, man.
That
rough.
was hilarious.
Bro, Alex and I,
Hilarious?
Son,
Oh my God.
Alex and I are
Anybody
chilling
call
in the
out?
green room. Alex and I are chilling in the green room, right? And one of the waiters just walks in the green room and goes, "Someone just had a what? Someone's having a seizure."
Somebody call the ambulance.
No, they didn't. It wasn't even close. Right?
Oh, you should have hit that on stage.
Done.
man.
So it's like, so he goes, the person runs in and goes, someone just had a seizure, right? We're like, word? What? And then we just kind of sat there because we didn't really know what to do in that point.
What are y'all supposed to
yeah,
do
what
at
you
that
do with a
point?
seizure, right? So I
Yeah.
was like, all right, fuck it, let's go see what happened. Now the feature's on stage, right?
Yeah.
For everybody who hasn't been to a comedy show, listen right now, the feature is the act that goes before the headliner. So
The
he's
middle
on
act.
stage, or the middle act, right?
Okay.
So the feature's still on stage. Funny dude named Pedro from Orlando. Pedro's on stage, woman has a seizure, audience starts looking at the woman, and then my man just puts the mic back in the mic stand, walks off stage. So now nobody's
can't
on
follow
stage,
that.
right? Nobody's on stage. They turn the lights all the way up, right? You gotta understand, both these shows been sold out.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Is the lady okay?
We'll see. So like, listen, you're getting to the wrong parts of the story. So. Let us have some joy. So we going. Now, keep in mind, both these shows sold out, right?
Right.
So
This bitch ruining everybody's
motherfucker
time.
is motherfuckers are there for a show, right?
They
And
getting one.
They are there for a show, and they are there because they want to see me, man. Like they've been waiting to see me for a minute, right? Like these people are legit fans, and they fuck with me, and they've been listening to this podcast. They've been listening to idiots, and I'm finally in Orlando. It means a lot to them that I'm there, right? And I walk out and I go see this girl, and she's down in the middle of the whole fucking. She's not on the side. She's in the middle, bro. The middle of the whole club. 400 people in the club. And I'm at the aisle, and I'm about to walk in, and this dude pops up, and he goes, "Oh, Schulz, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He goes, "Yo, this shit crazy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yo, it's a bad time to ask for a pic, or?" I go. Yeah, it's a bad time to ask for a pic. Let's someone have a seizure. He goes, all right, no, that's cool. She's. But you chilling after the show, right? For pics or whatever. I'm just saying, man. If I just want to get a pic real quick, we do. I'm like, bro, we'll figure it out.
That's fame, dog.
Fam.
Yo,
I real talk. That's
Oh, we're
one of
not
the
even
few times
close.
I got a little jealous of Andrew.
Son.
These people don't care about motherfuckers dying. They still need the pic.
Wait for it. So we go, right? I go. Now, everybody, the lights are on, so some people are starting to notice that I'm there, right? And they're starting to see me, and I'm trying to see the woman, but she had passed out. Apparently, Harlem Shake, fall out of her chair, and then she's on the ground, right? So I can't see her.
Right.
I walk into the middle of the aisle to see if I can see her, right? She's laying down there, face white as a ghost,
Right.
Like super white. She's starting to come to a little bit.
Right.
She's starting to come to a little bit. Nobody else knows besides the people who are directly there. There's nobody on stage. It's go time, baby. It's I walk on stage, I start roasting this bitch for dying at my show, bro. I'm laying into this chick for dying at the show. Bro, this girl, she's... Yo.
Some of the most cringe-worthy, hilarious moments in my life.
They didn't come on board just yet. Right?
Yeah,
I had to
took a
work.
while.
I had
Took a
to
while.
work.
Motherfuckers over.
Bro,
You gotta
I had
lean
to
in.
work.
You gotta lean
I
in.
leaned in, right? So at first, I started kind of acknowledging what's going on, telling people, and I realized I'm already on stage. We'll see if we got some jokes, this, that, the other, right? We're doing it. The paramedics walk in, right? Wearing mad small T-shirts, right? Looking like Chippendales. It looked like strippers showed up to the show, right? So I just started roasting the shirts that they're wearing. They're trying to save this lady's life, and I'm just going in on them. They can't say shit because they got to save the lady's life.
Right.
They don't even got to stretch her. They're walking the lady out by like holding her hands.
It's Orlando, dog.
Bro, the people at the show, we're like having fun. We're starting to roast and everything like that. Shit's going in, right? By the way, we have videotaped every show. So we have video of this. Alex is smart enough to tell the people at the audio to go, turn the audio back on because we're recording their audio. Right? So we're recording on. So they start taking the person out. And I think I
Turning
said,
Alex as sociopathic as you. The
Oh,
bitch is
absolutely.
dying. He's
Come
like,
on, it's content,
We
baby.
losing audio.
Oh,
We
wait.
content.
Let me tell you, I had a moment I realized I ain't shit.
Okay, go.
So when Shorty hits the ground or whatever, and we hear about it, so I rush out there, because first thing I'm thinking about is Weezy's mom. So I'm panicking.
fuck,
I climbed over chairs and shit, looked over. I saw it wasn't Weezy's mom. I was like, all right.
Oh, I thought it was an emergency. My bad.
I ain't shit. I did not give a shit.
Bro, it was one of those moments where it was like, once we started going, when it was like, I don't even remember what I was said in the beginning. I don't know if you remember. I have no clue what I was saying. I have no clue.
Yo, this nigga, it's like, yo, Shorty was like Harlem shaking a little bit, and then he started doing the shakes. Yo, it's like, yo.
So she's still there, right? Like, it's not like she had left yet. But
She's not even in the clear. Like,
Son,
they didn't give her
Son,
a
she's
cigarette
still
or
on the
something yet.
ground. We're trying to figure out
hasn't-
if she's dead or not.
yo,
and
but
he's
this-
cracking
you
jokes.
got to keep it real. You got to remember, this is Florida, right? So Florida,
They used to a little
they're
death.
used to a little wild shit in Florida, right? So it was
This is
one
a
of
great
those things
Florida man
where
story.
it was one of those
They're
things
lucky
where
it's just one death.
we go. I remember I was on stage and they took her out, and I'm just looking at the audience, and I was like, you know what, man, I could tell y'all really wanted a show tonight, you know, and they start clapping, and then it kind of calms down, because y'all were looking at this bitch like, hurry up. We got a babysitter, motherfucker. Like, we ain't gonna do this shit all night. You either get the seizure or figure it out outside. They dragged this chick out. We went right into the show, and this fucking lady in the front row, second row, across from Weezy's mom. Not even lady, girl, white girl.
Obviously.
Yeah.
White girl. Younger,
Obviously.
20, obviously. She goes, I'm making some jokes. She goes, no, that's not funny. You can't joke around about that, right? I go, why? I forget exactly what I said. Something like, why can't we joke around about it? You can't joke around about it. You know, this is wrong. Something happened, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whatever, it's funny. I don't know exactly what I said. Somehow I ask her what she does for a living.
Right.
Oh, I say, maybe I'm like, this is what I make people laugh. Okay, this is what I do for a living, so I'm going to do my job. I go, what do you do for a living? She's like, I'm a paramedic. I'm like, the fuck you didn't do anything, bitch? I was like, you mad at me because you didn't do anything. And I start laying into
Son,
her.
the place erupts.
Yeah, dog.
I
That'll
start
get 'em.
laying into her. She starts fake crying, right? She starts fake crying and then doing this. She wiping her tears away with one finger like a cartoon, right? Nobody wiped their tears like this. She's going like this. And I go, oh my God, you white lady, you. You would make someone almost dying from a seizure.
And you not doing shit.
About you.
Yep.
You would make this whole thing that you're the fucking victim. People start going crazy. Man, it was so. The guy in front of her was on a date with her, and I was like, "Bro, you gotta get rid of this girl." He goes, "I'm chewing her out, and that's it." he goes, "If she dies, she dies." I'm like, "We can't have more than one tonight, guys."
That's
real
dope.
shit.
We get into the
Goddamn.
show. The show was dope. Everything was cool, man. After the show, we found out that the woman died. So,
Really?
Nah.
No, I'm just joking.
I was like, fuck,
You're good. Akaash didn't believe for a second.
Not for 1 second, dog.
Yeah, this motherfucker's so selfish. You can even let the listeners enjoy it.
Nah, they got
No, I must ruin the fun for everybody listening to
you know
prove
what-
that I know what was really going on.
You know what you first said when you
not
got
wrong.
on stage? You were like, yo, I'm low key kind of jealous because I wish I killed the bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say that. I did say that. Yeah. If someone's gonna die on my show, it gotta be me. Like I gotta be the one
I
killing.
might be the last non-sociopath in this entire room.
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe.
me and the editor, the only people just like cringing, like, oh my god. Oh
Son.
my god.
Bro.
Nah, Cat, you gotta be there. That shit was funny.
I bet it
son.
was. I bet
Bro,
it
it's
was,
hilarious.
bro.
I saw a
Fuck.
girl lady pass out a Sinbad show.
Yeah.
And then he just started making fun of her. She's like, she's just trying to get out of paying the bill. Just started roasting her. Then paid the whole table's checks, and that was it. Like, just a hero, man. But yeah, that's
Yo, we had a
Hilarious.
fucking good time in Florida, man. We went surfing. We took Al surfing.
Nice.
that,
How's
dog?
that?
Struggle.
struggle.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican jeans didn't kick in, man.
Bro, Alex.
Puerto Ricans don't. Puerto Ricans surf?
No, they can swim.
mean, they
They're
should be
island
able to
people.
swim.
I mean, y'all don't know water. It don't mean y'all surf.
That's true, yeah.
That's like,
Nah, but they're Puerto Ricans that surf.
Really?
Yeah.
name one
Of
Puerto
course.
Rican who surfs.
Rodrigo. Y'all don't know Rodrigo the
just named
surfer?
Eddie.
Y'all don't know Rodrigo the surfer? Real? Bro, Rodrigo the surfer is legit, bro. Deadass, Alex, I'm not gonna lie.
Rodrigo.
Alex brave, bro. We took Alex out into the water, right? He goes surfing. First of all, I love
Rodrigo.
surfing, and I'll tell you guys something about surfing in a second. But we take Alex out into the water. Alex tries to get up way too fast. Like, okay.
There's no way I can stand up on a surfboard.
Oh, I get you up on a surfboard easy. That's easy. We got that. That's easy. I promise you, I get you up on a surfboard. Promise. Matter of
Okay.
fact. So, Alex is he's trying to get up too fast. It's like the excitement. Like the second he's on the wave, he wants to be up, but he doesn't want to be balanced. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you remember the first time you fingered a girl?
Yeah.
Vividly.
Okay.
Wasn't that long ago.
Okay. So the first time you finger a girl, it's like you're just trying to jam in, right? You're not trying to warm up.
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Nah,
What type
I
of
was fucking scared of the
psychopath?
pussy. I was just like,
Yeah, like I was just surprised she let me that close.
I
like,
thought I was the bitch because I was like, nah.
I was like,
I think I was only going like one knuckle in at
Turns out
first and
Andrew's
shit.
just a rapist.
you just finger raping bitches? Like, no remorse.
Hold on.
So yeah, you know we was just jamming it. Like,
Hold on.
Hashtag she too.
Hold on. There's only one rapist in New York. That's Chris Porzingis, okay?
I broke the chair. But it's okay. It's fine.
He not in New York though.
Listen.
So, I know we shipped him over to y'all. We shipped him.
Hell yeah.
We shipped
Oh
him
my
to a
God.
place that could accept that type of behavior. Listen, when
that-
that story came out, when the story came out about Chris Porzingis, and the story was essentially Chris Porzingis told a black woman that she was his slave, and then like forcefully had sex with her.
That's just a regular night in Texas.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, there are a couple dudes with the
Borderline
fucking.
progressive. At least he had a sex with a black woman.
yo. Fucking Porzingis,
He found
dude.
his place.
Yo,
So-
real talk, I don't believe it.
But back to the finger before you call me a rapist.
Okay.
we gotta jump back
Now,
into that.
for example, you go down and finger a girl. I'm not running right into the pussy. There's some thigh touching. It's almost a tease. You know what I mean? It's almost like there's a barrier over the pussy.
Right.
And I'm not even trying to touch the pussy. I almost want them to like slide the pussy closer to my hand so that it could be fingered, right?
Right.
Before, I was trying to, it was like, you ever have like a treat in your hand and a dog is putting his snout inside like this part right here to get it?
Probably.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Probably.
I just thought you had to get to the back of it. I thought it was like there was a end goal in fingering. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, if I get to the back, that's what feels the best. So that's where I'm gonna get my fingers.
Okay.
That's how you were with surfing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So I get the analogy.
So
yeah.
the analogy was,
He was like-
you just brought him to the deep end.
Exactly. It was like, boom, I got to get right up.
If
And then
only
he
there was an
calmed down.
analogy that could be close.
You know, it took a long because you guys call me a rapist, but that's what happens. You know what I mean? Call someone a rapist, we gonna get around
You could
it.
have just said you
Yeah.
took him to the deep end. It
Okay.
was in the water.
He was raping the surfboard. Is that what you want me to say?
You don't have to get finger raped on
the surfboard was like, no, you're not balanced, and you were like, yes, I am. So
Actually,
take
that's
this
a
surfboard.
perfect description.
eventually he takes his time. He gets up, surfs a wave, euphoric feeling. I mean, pretty special. Al, it looked pretty cool. I was excited. I was exhilarated.
Yeah, I
was
think you were
screaming.
more excited.
I was screaming. We
I
get
was
out
like,
of the
all
water.
right, this is cool. I'm over it.
We get out of the water. We talk about, you know, might be, well, I can't say where we're going to go, but a place that kind of has a lot of sharks. And the guy who's with us, our boy Luke, shouts to Luke, he goes, man, don't worry about the sharks. The sharks, you know, there's sharks in Australia. There's sharks right out there. And then he's not even talking to Alex. And Alex was just taking off his wetsuit, and I just hear him go, what? He goes, what did he say? And I said, there's sharks here. He goes, why the fuck are we surfing here? What is it surfing?
Son, there's sharks. Why do you guys do that shit? Like white people, I don't understand y'all. I just want to die. Like the other crazy guy you told me about that goes fucking mountain climbing with no
You seen the
fucking
Will
string.
Smith shit where he swims with sharks with no cage?
Man, Will Smith, he's got
Smith
so much
don't
money, he
know.
white now.
I've been
Yeah.
thinking about this, you know, because it's a popular thing to say, like, white people want to die. You know what I mean? And but everybody wants to die. Everybody just got their own ways of doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Like
white
Indian people
will
refusing to eat.
Yeah, or Indian people might refuse to eat, but like white people will like go shark diving. Do you know what I mean? Like black people walk around with $200,000 on their neck. Everybody tries to die. You know what I mean? You just do it in a different way.
I thought you would
bad
have like the
time
fried
for
chicken
that.
thing. Like black people just eat mad
Yeah,
fried chicken.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but that's different. That's not like
you
a
ever see
choice.
soul food and they cut his leg off, cut Big Mama leg off. They still eat the soul food. Like they don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah,
we
well,
all
that's
have our
part of it.
choices.
Everybody got all.
Not everybody can afford $500 chains. We all eat fried chicken. Like we all know that kills us. And we're
Fair.
just like delicious.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody got your shit. Everybody got their shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like snitching. Like y'all refuse to snitch. It's like, you know, it would make the neighborhood safer. It would make it way safer if you we pay people money to take that information and arrest people
Nah,
that
that's
makes
very
your
valid.
neighborhood
Very
better.
valid.
And you're like, that would be too safe. That would be too boring to live a life like that. Why would I ever live a life like
I
that?
mean-
That's not snitching is the same as skydiving. That's your skydiving.
You know what's crazy? You know who told me not to snitch over everybody? I had a teacher in 7th grade.
Yeah.
That we were reading like Tom Sawyer or something. He refused to snitch, and she was like, "I see so many kids get in trouble, and you just snitch on your friends, and it's disgusting. How dare you act like that?" And I was
with
like,
that teacher.
"Yo,
See?
she right."
Yeah.
That teacher fucks kids. Okay? That's what that teacher does. That teacher got something to hide. You snitch. When someone
Hey,
does some
man.
shit wrong, you
She
snitch.
taught a valuable
Oh
lesson.
yeah, she's probably trying to like groom him and shit like that.
She just sees this little easily impressionable kid. You know, he's like, I could work on that for sure.
That's a
Don't
valid
say
lesson,
nothing.
though.
If you see me with your friends, don't say nothing. How dare you?
I wouldn't snitch.
Come on, bro. What do you think
Shit,
priests
I
say?
wouldn't
You think
either.
priests say snitch?
Yeah, that's confessions, right? Isn't that ironic that their whole thing is called confessions, and then they just got to keep this big ass secret?
No, you confess to the person who's touching you.
Yeah.
It's a perfect system. Snitch to the person who ain't gonna do shit.
It's like, you know that thing he did to me the other day?
Yo, I need a little bit. Yeah.
And the priest's just like, all right, I'll say the Hail Marys. I got this one. This one's on me this week. All right. So, yeah, we had an eventful weekend in Orlando and Jacksonville. It was fucking sick. You guys should go surfing and go to Orlando. It was a cool place. Now back to Kristaps Porzingis being a rapist.
Y'all
What do
think
we
he
think?
did it? I don't think he did it.
I
Of
got
course he
I
didn't
got
do
questions
it.
to ask you.
Please.
Because you were very close to the situation. You had sources saying that you knew Kristaps was out of here before a lot of people knew.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And according to stuff I've read, the Knicks knew about this pending case.
Yes.
The Mavs knew about this pending case.
Yes. So did the feds.
The feds knew.
Because Kristaps went to the feds.
Yeah.
First of all, go on.
No, I was about to say, like, were
Kristaps
you...
said, listen, famous people don't rape anybody. Famous people don't violently rape. This
Alright.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh, yeah.
we could just point that out, bar none.
Mike
It doesn't
Tyson.
happen. Eat your pussy? That's violent? There's no such thing as famous
Have you seen
people.
Mike Tyson's
Famous people do not. First of all, the amount of lisp, the amount of saliva going on, that might have been the greatest pussy eat ever. Like, think about how wet that girl's pussy would be with Mike just saying the word pussy. Right. So, the idea that a famous person worth millions of dollars would violently rape is absurd. We realize that, right? Not to mention,
I mean,
I can't rule it out.
It's not a.
hold on. Think about it. Please just take a second. Don't be woke. Don't be like Twitter. Be Flagrant 2.
Do you know why?
No, I've thought about it.
How often does a famous person violently rape?
So here's the thing, right?
I can see it happening.
No,
But
I can definitely see it
No.
happening.
I didn't ask if you could see it happening because anything could happen.
I would say
how
I
often?
would say-
Answer my question.
Yeah, no, I'm answering.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
I would say not as often as they're accused of, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say 30% of the time that they're accused, max.
Okay, give me one example of a famous person violently raping. Just
I've never
one.
seen it with my own eyes.
No, but we've heard stories of it. Like we've heard conviction cases. I haven't, but you guys must have because you think it happens 30% of the time. So
Yeah.
Violently, I misheard the first time. I was just thinking just rape, like Weinstein type stuff. I don't know violently. That's
that's
tough.
why I said it with so much conviction because I
Yeah.
knew you weren't listening.
Yeah.
Okay, violently rape. This is different. Weinstein is Me Too. This is violent rape. Hold you down, right? The guy just blew out his knee. You're a swim move away from no rape,
Yeah, Chris Stapps ain't defending nobody trying to escape a rape.
right? Like,
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I just saw the bitch was Nigerian, and I was like, "This is a scam." I'm gonna keep it a
First of all,
full stack with
worst
all of you, Cat
Nigerian
included.
ever. Only 68 grand.
Yeah,
you're
bitch.
only asking 60.
Bitch.
Have you not seen your emails? It's
Bitch.
50 million. Easy. That's what you go for. Like, this is crazy to me.
68 grand.
68 grand for my brother's college. Your brother's college.
It's like a state school.
That's a shitty school.
How many years is he going to school? You know he's dropping out?
SUNY Cole School or something. Like, why are you getting 68,000? Like, let's go for Yale or some shit. Like,
His
goddamn.
Baruch Community College education? That's
like,
what you want?
BMCC?
Yo.
Like, 68 racks is not a lot for college,
That-
bro.
it is so. What it bothers me is it should be illegal. This is what this system should be. If you accuse someone of rape, only your name should go out, not the person you accuse, until criminal charges have been
That's
filed.
Ireland's law that we're
No,
talking about.
Ireland, you're not even allowed even during criminal charges. So Ireland, the rule is if you're convicted, then the name can come out.
Right.
If not, no name.
Okay. I
But
like
I'm
that rule.
saying, at bare minimum, out of respect for the accused,
Yeah.
that person deserves criminal charges to be put up on them. Not
Okay.
All right, to play devil's advocate here, right?
Okay.
We're talking about violently rape.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think he did it. But
Of course he
he's
didn't do it.
He's
Of
7'4". He's 7'4".
Right.
Most sex from a 7'4" person is probably gonna feel
Violent?
a little violence. I doubt the chick was like 6'10". I was like, yeah, bring it on in, like knock my head off type
But what
of
is
shit.
he really gonna do? Like,
I don't know. I've never seen a person with a broken leg rape somebody before.
dude, have you ever
I've
sprained
never
your
seen
ankle?
somebody rape somebody.
Have you
period.
guys sprained your ankle before?
Yes.
Okay. Have you sprained your ankle? Okay. Have you tried to do anything with a sprained ankle?
Yeah.
Rape?
That was actually what like
Like,
I'm not even
I want
horny.
you to really answer
Like,
this
here's what I
question
think.
without just doing the opposite thing. Do you truly think that you could rape with a sprained ankle?
First of all, you saying this shit like it's a bit of a challenge? And if you put it that
He's like,
way,
"Word?"
I probably
Like,
could.
all right.
I probably could.
We gave it. Oh my god! He didn't pose that like a challenge.
I
Like
said,
you
I'll
can't.
make this bitch
He's like, you're
go
testing about
a little bit.
willpower right
Real
now.
talk. When they did the
Kobe
fucking
could do
MRI
it.
on his knee,
MJ would do it.
he only had a torn ACL. So maybe she got that MCL going as well. There's a possibility.
Possibility.
Listen,
Possibility.
all I'm saying is it is
I'm not even
so
horny when when I
absurd.
fucked my leg up playing basketball. Like my dick couldn't even get hard. Like
Yo.
the last thing on my mind is pussy. Talk less of taking the pussy.
Who is famous and has sex
speak for
on
yourself.
top? Like, why would you even do that? You're worth millions of dollars, and these girls are coming over to your house. You just let them ride it.
Well,
Let them ride it, and then you get behind them, and you can fuck them from the back to finish. But like, you're like laying on top of them.
Well, a report came out today, like that pretty much. It doesn't exonerate Kristaps, but it's pretty like.
What does it say?
So basically, it was just saying like there was like an ongoing relationship like in days like after the alleged rape took place. Like you can tell that the woman was trying to like have a romantic relationship with Kristaps and yada yada yada. You can tell Kristaps was kind of like not toying her along.
That's
just like
one hell of a
trying
rapist,
to and then
hey, you got to be good.
and even the MBPA they
if
said
Shorty falls in love afterwards,
the president.
that's impressive.
One of the representatives from the MBPA was basically like after reading the details and all that, we side with Kristaps. Like we think,
no shit, because it didn't happen.
Of course, I mean,
like literally, if you hear any famous person is accused of a violent rape, you immediately throw away the case because it doesn't happen. It doesn't, guys. We're sitting here. We cannot think of one. Like,
I don't think
Weinstein
of rape,
jerked off into a plant. Weird, but not violent. Like, can you think of one?
Let's just not think in absolutes, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's my thing. Like, and you're thinking of rape as like in a pleasurable sex thing. Like, when people rape, it's not about like I want pleasure. It's like a power thing to them. So like, it's not about like you're thinking very rational. Like, of course, yeah, you're a powerful, famous person. Why would I need to take pussy? I get pussy tossed at me all the fucking time. Why the fuck would anybody need to do that? Right?
Yeah.
That 30% that I think Akaash was talking about, like some people aren't wired that way. Like that's just how they show dominance. That's just how like they take, they just
Do you know
ensure
how
their power over
easy
somebody.
it is to be more powerful than a girl? like you know how easy it is to just be more powerful? Like you don't need to fuck. Like clearly rape is about sex.
It's not all the time, is what I'm saying.
No, every time.
I don't know. I don't know
not
a ton
all the
of
time.
violent rape cases. Even I know Ben Roethlisberger was accused of it a few times. I know Kobe. That's all I can think of. I also know if you got money, you're getting off. Jussie Smollett. If you got money, you're not guilty.
100%.
So it's hard to know what was. I can't just say, oh well, they were exonerated. They're good for sure.
Yeah.
Because if you're famous, you can buy your way out of it. So I just don't know. But I don't think Kristaps did it. And I think the Mavs got themselves a hell of a bargain out of a nice false rape case.
I mean, if the Mavs were smart, they would have waited on that trade.
Oh, really waited.
Right? Imagine that story
Off-season?
came out. Yo, if I'm the Mavs, I leak that story to the Post before the trade. Actually, you guys already won that trade by
Yeah,
so
I was about
much.
to say
but,
like they already got the better player of the group.
maybe that's why. Oh shit! Maybe
That's what I was
that's why the
saying.
Knicks
I think
gave
that's why
away
they gave
nothing.
away.
That's what, that's what people were thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Especially the first thing I looked up was like, did the Knicks know? And like they knew. So I think it was like with we don't know if you're really gonna be back. You got this case over your head. Like
That's the first thing I thought.
Mark Cuban ain't got no issue with some sexual harassment
Facts.
cases. He been fighting them.
So that's what. Okay, so Dennis Smith Jr. and DeAndre Jordan. Is anybody else come over?
They got some
First-round
picks.
draft
Yeah.
2 first round. That's what a rapist is worth.
A rookie contract rapist.
But
This is a rookie contract
rookie
rapist.
contract
It's not
rapist.
Max.
It's not Kobe rape. Kobe rape, like yo, we got way more than that. Even the Lakers, like you know what, we'll ride this out. Fuck it. We're not gonna do. Like if Kobe was on the rookie contract, guarantee he would have been a Timberwolf by then.
Fuck.
He would have definitely
I
finished the
think
contract.
part
as
of the
Timberwolf.
reason why they did it also because it happened in New York or supposedly happened in New York. So think about it. He's going to have to stand trial in New York and play at the same time. Like they saw the future of him probably being affected.
And
not
you don't
being
want
able to play.
the head of your franchise to be. You don't want the face of your franchise to have any allegation.
You
Yo,
remember,
real
you
talk.
remember Kobe flying in from
We
Denver
got to start
day of?
putting fucking. We got to start. There has to be some punishment for the fake rape allegation.
There has
to
to
be a jail. You have to go to jail. Yeah, because they're not going to do anything unless you can't go to jail or take away their Instagram. You got to find a way.
Instagram is good.
You got to take
Take
away
away
the girl's
Instagram is a good
Instagram
message.
because
That's so good.
that will
That's a
hurt
good
them
one.
more. Imagine if you falsely accuse a guy of rape, right? You're probably one of these girls that looks good on Instagram because you're sleeping with ball players, you're sleeping with famous people.
Right.
You take away their Instagram, that's their livelihood. That's their access to dick. That's their dick portal right there. You take away their dick portal, they can't do any more fake rape cases. They can't trap any more of these dudes. That's what you got to do.
And you can stop raping my feed with your fucking 50 ends.
Keep raping my feet.
Raping my feed.
raping my
you are
feed.
raping my feed. Yo, it is whack when you see like one of these like Instagram models with clothes on.
Oh.
Like you ever see those pics that they post? Like they're with their grandmother. You're like, no. this is not what we here for. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Swipe right.
sometimes I would,
Mute.
sometimes you see the Instagram hoes and they have like the sound thing that indicates there's audio, and sometimes I would click just to be like, who does this bitch think she is? And without fail, it's just music on and then moving their face back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
And they're on like roller skates.
I remember the
shit.
first time I found out what Bernie's
Yo.
Burgo sounded like.
Why would you do such a thing?
Dog,
dude,
it was
never.
by accident. Like
Never.
my thing was already on, and I was swiping
Never.
up, and I guess she was like talking to like Instagram, or whatever, like talking to the camera, and like I don't know what I thought her voice was supposed to sound like, but it wasn't that. Like Alex, you remember?
Yes.
Oh,
And it was-
bro,
It ruined it.
it ruined
a
the
lot.
whole thing. Like she's still
Man, I've been
clearly
telling
she's
y'all.
still one of the baddest
I've
bitches
been
of all time.
motherfucking telling y'all
But-
she ain't shit.
Fuck, I was just like,
I don't know why
She's
you
still a
answer
bad
her.
bitch. Chill.
Still- oh.
chill.
yeah. Let me not
Nah, I mean-
let me not be a fucking idiot.
she
But
could
yeah,
just
no,
be quiet.
it's. A lot of these Instagram girls, bro, like once they open their mouth, like they should lose. If there was like a data metric or something, I guarantee they lose at least like 90,000 followers
Yo.
every single time they talk to the camera.
You want to know really? This is like a little sadistic thing that I do on Instagram. Okay. I follow. It's just wild. Okay. But it's my own joy. Okay. I follow girls that I know from like insider people that are high level prostitutes. Okay.
I follow one,
But
see one in action.
so what happens is I follow girls that I know are high level prostitutes. But
Let me go look at your phone.
it's not.
I like this idea.
It's not.
It's fine though.
It's not known that they're high-level prostitutes. So they still post like motivational things. They still do like makeup tutorials. Like they still like go to women's marches and shit like
Oh,
that.
that's great.
And it's so much fun to follow them because you see what fucking horse shit these girls really are.
Really?
I want to show you the one that I follow, like known prostitute.
Just text us that handle.
All right. I take you to hand. Maybe I'll put it out in the
I gotta
Patreon.
ask
I'm
you
on your.
about
I'm
one.
on your.
That
I'm,
disco.
Hold on one second. What?
No, I gotta ask you about
One.
Yeah,
Okay, you
yeah,
tell me.
Ask him,
What
ask him.
were we
Put it
saying?
in that disc code.
I'll put it in the Discord and for the Patreons. But it is, dude. It is so fucking funny talking about my charity. I have to get, bitch, your charity.
Charity is a super name.
You are
bitch.
charity.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, it is so crazy. Like,
Oh, man.
you gotta be a sociopath to do that, right?
yo, if I guess which one's a prostitute, would you
We
tell me?
just wait because he can put it in the Patreon anyway. So just ask him off air.
Okay.
We don't need
Can
this
you
shit in the
throw
general
out a
public.
few?
I feel like
Just name race first of all.
white.
Of course. Bro,
What's the first letter? Say the first letter.
there's another.
Is it M?
There's another. Yeah, you got it.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Let me make sure it's good. Let me make sure it's good.
Is it?
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
fuck,
okay.
those
Wait,
are
does he got,
Yo,
does he
Drew.
got blue
No.
check?
Patreon. It'll be in the
No,
Patreon.
no,
It
no.
wasn't any friends from Burning Man.
No.
Oh,
And does she
because
have a blue check?
That one goes to strange places.
No. We talk about that.
Yeah.
We talk about that. But there's
I know a fire one that sells right here. She got like right here.
let me see this one. This.
Like I know the clientele.
What's the price?
Not that bad. Like 2 racks.
That's high level.
Fuck.
That's high level.
I'm talking about like that's high level
I'm in a
like
relationship. That shit is an anniversary.
A1. Like I'm talking about she's on the A list. Like
That's A list. Pussy's $2,000.
Yo, pussy's not that expensive.
is this 2 racks? Is it 2 racks worth?
I mean, yeah, I'm saying. Man, I thought she was Indian for a second. I was so fucking disheartened.
Yeah. It's bad though. I'm like, I'll pay it.
So there's
I wouldn't do
a.
it, but I'll pay it. You wouldn't pay?
Nah, I'm good.
You wouldn't pay?
I never paid for pussy.
For a professional?
Nah.
Shut the fuck up.
For a
Can't-
professional?
I can't
Stop
do
it. Stop
I'm not
it.
saying I would-
Stop it. Stop. I don't engage in this. This is so stupid.
I hate that.
We would all pay. It's not even, let me tell
I
you-
waited
no.
till I was 31 and I hate that shit.
Let me take this on for a second. You would only not pay because how expensive the elite level is seems very pricey. Once you make $5 million a year and you get to fuck the hottest woman on the planet for chump change, or
I just don't like the act
That's
of
what makes
like
the Robert
physically
Kraft
just taking
shit so
money and
annoying
paying for
to me.
pussy. I just don't like that. That's what I'm
seems
You're
the
doing it
most fun
regardless.
part.
But like I'll do it in other ways. Like, hey, I'll take you out to
Oh
dinner
my
or some
God,
shit like
if
that or
you
whatever.
had the
I
choice,
just I don't like
Son,
paying
Alex,
for pussy.
Alex, I thought like you one time.
Listen,
It's probably a
trust me.
low-key, really easy Venmo request.
Yeah,
Yo,
listen,
Alex, Eden was over it. Eden had said shit the whole episode.
Yeah,
He goes, I
listen.
gotta cut in here. Let me tell you something, Alex. It's about efficiency. When you get to a certain level in your life, right? And I'm not saying I'm there. I'm not saying any of us are there. But you get to a certain level of your life where you're working 80 hours a week, traveling around the world. You don't have time to do this wine and dine,
Yeah.
and then maybe you end up fucking the girl. What you do have time for is pay the $2,000, and hey, guess what? Let's go get dinner too. Let's go get dinner, and then later we go back to the room and fuck, or just go to the room and fuck. It's an efficiency thing.
Charlie Sheen
That's
line.
all it is.
What's
the Charlie Sheen line?
Alex,
Someone
I've
said-
never,
Someone
I've
said
never
what?
paid for it.
Real quick,
Go
someone
ahead.
asked Charlie Sheen, why do you get all these hookers at Charlie Sheen? Why do you have to pay for sex?
I
He
pay-
goes, I don't pay them for sex. I pay for them to leave.
That's it.
That's
There's
it,
shit
man.
he got to get AIDS.
That's it.
You know, there's things he had to do. There's things he had to do. He didn't have time for all these hookers. So what I'm telling you is, I promise you, the more money I've made in my life, the more reasonable fucking hookers has become. Like wildly reasonable. like almost to the point where like, why am I not doing this all the time?
Facts. I get
See,
it.
but it's to me like pussy's
It's a personal,
pussy
I
is the
know.
thrill of the chase at this point.
No.
The thrill of the change.
Yeah, like I just want to get to the point where it's like, oh, I know I can get you. And
Millionaires
like, I'm
are
good.
chasing millions.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
chasing
Alex,
pussy.
yeah,
Hold on, hold on,
your
hold on.
priorities
Yeah.
are all out of whack.
Hold on, because this is where you got it wrong. Like, you think they're chasing pussy. Once you get to a certain level,
No.
pussy
Pussy chases
chases
you.
you.
No, I
bro.
know that. I know that. But I'd rather get.
We speak in Spanish to this guy, bro.
So it's like
he
me
don't
on
Bro,
a
understand
I'm
it.
telling you, I felt the
That's
same
why
exact
you-
way. Like for about 25
Gotta
years
speak
of my
white girl
life,
to this guy.
like 25 to 26 years of
Alex,
my
I
life,
am
I was
like
like, no,
so
there's no
over
way.
you.
Imagine paying for brunch, right? It's just like brunch, only you get pussy.
It's
Simple
like
as
the
that.
best avocado toast ever. For a very
Kaz,
reasonable
what were you gonna
price.
say, Kaz?
I'm saying I thought just like you for 26 years of my life, right? I have a friend who partakes in buying pussy, right?
Okay.
I gave him the same fucking talk that you just gave Andrew, gave Akaash. Oh man, you the thrill of chase, yada yada. He broke it down exactly like it's like, dude, I go to practice, I do appearances, I do this, I do that, I do da 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 da. And then you see, like, you open up the book, it's like a Sears catalog of the baddest bitches you've ever seen, and that shit is like buying like a ham sandwich for you, bro. It's like going outside and getting a fucking 4 for 4 at Wendy's.
You don't
And it's
even
like-
realize how fucking inexpensive it is. This is what we're talking about.
and it's
this
not
is
like
what
you're-
you
it's
don't
not like you're just
realize.
going out on a Friday
the
night.
hottest girl on the planet. We're talking about. Imagine the whitest of white women for you,
Oh,
right?
shit.
The bluest of blue eyes, the blondest of blonde hair, right? The pronouncing espresso
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay? Just imagine. Imagine that girl, right?
Yeah.
Now, imagine you just have sex with her for what is the equivalent to what you make now? $10.
And you gotta think about
Hold
it
on.
like,
Hold on.
Wait, wait,
Hold
wait.
on.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry,
Cass.
it's the-
Hold
it's the-
on.
It's just the moral thing. Like inside, it just don't feel right. That's the reason why. I don't-
Morality, Mr. Scoop Scoop? All of a
Yeah.
sudden we got morality
Hey,
going?
we all choose our moralities.
Oh,
huh?
that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. I do. Hey, that is a good point.
So it's just the idea of purchasing vagina just bothers me. So it
That is
doesn't
a good
matter.
point. We
Yeah.
choose our moralities.
Yeah.
That is a good point. So this is something that you've. That is
Like I've
interesting.
had the opportunity so many times. I've gone on boys trips to DR, all these places,
And it
I'm
is
the
equivalent-
only one that always turned it down.
No, that is a good point. Now I buy that because when you go to these places, the
It's
amount
super
of
cheap.
it is you become
$40,
the wealthy.
$60,
Yes, and if you stayed with it, that means
Yeah.
did it? I take it back. Maybe you would stay true to it. Maybe you would, huh? Akaash?
I don't know that I would. I mean, listen, I love my girl. If I was single, I don't think I'd be like, I can't. You know what I mean?
Okay, what about this? I was talking to Mandy on Horrible Decisions. I did an episode with them, and she said this to me. She goes, yeah, it's not free to fuck me. Basically, she says this, right? She goes, now, we don't do like an exact number exchange, but it's like, yo, you're gonna have to
Take
you know,
me certain places, give me certain things.
exactly, right? Get me certain things specifically, right? Or this was what she phrased it. It was really interesting, like the dynamic. She goes, if I got to take off work, You don't ask for money. You go, hey, I gotta take off work, and then the guy goes, well, I'll make sure that you don't lose the money from work. And she goes, oh, okay, I usually make X amount those nights.
Oh, shit.
Right? Now, she broke something down that blew my mind about this that I never considered before. She said, he's objectifying my body. I'm just a pussy to him. I am nothing more than a pussy to him. He don't care about my week. He don't care about my day. He don't care about what I got to say. I'm just a pussy for him.
Just a pussy.
Let me
titties and an ass. And
So he goes, she goes, I'm just a pussy, titties. I'm just a body to him, etc. If you're going to objectify me and probably not make me come, why can't you just be a wallet to me? I was like, I processed it. It was a very reasonable argument.
No, I did. Yeah, listen, I don't have a problem with any of it.
Not saying that there's a problem. I'm saying, have you ever heard of it phrased in that way, where it's just like complete commodification on both sides?
Yeah, I was thinking as you were talking. Basically, the only difference between the way hookers fuck and the way other girls fuck is hoes take cash, and then the rest of these bitches are on the barter system.
Yeah,
I'll fuck you for a dinner.
Yeah,
I'll give you some pussy if you give me a movie and a dinner and a vacation.
And they think we're crazy when we're like, come on, hey, why don't you come over? And she's like, well, you got to at least take me out for a drink. And it's like, that's the price. Like, I was respecting you more by not paying $8.50. It's $8.50 for a cranberry and vodka, right? Like,
I think the idea is taking them out, right, and making them feel important
in their mind, right? It justifies coming over, but it's like you lost money because you're gonna have to Uber to the spot on your own. I would Uber you to mine.
It's just to not feel like a hoe.
You paid $8 to not feel like a hoe.
Yeah. And instead, you're just a very low-priced hoe.
Nah, you never a hoe for me. But it is an interesting dynamic in terms of what makes someone feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I don't know if I was on that. I don't know if I was being completely used. There's been times where I felt used. Not used, but like I knew it was an achievement for a girl. Like sleeping with me.
You
it
should
was
feel like that all the time now.
Yeah, and it was like a planned thing.
Shit.
And easy to handle. It wasn't that bad.
That's what men work for, though.
Yeah.
That's like, so you don't have to work for it. It becomes them coming to you. That's like, that's why men want to be successful.
Oh, you're going to hate fame, Alex.
Oh, I hate it already.
You know what I mean?
Like the ones that throw it at me, I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you like the ones that say no a little.
Yeah,
like-
you a little Weinstein.
Yeah.
Nah. No.
Hey, why don't you
There's
take a sip of this
nothing Weinstein
espresso and let's see what happens tonight.
But, I'm very appreciative when they do throw it at me, but I decline most
I
of the
just
time.
don't believe it because Cosby was a great father and Alex refuses to be a father. So I just don't see how they're similar.
Oh my God, you guys are dicks.
Do you think Cosby the whole time was like, man, I got to keep up this nice guy image so I can keep raping? Like, you think it had nothing to do? Yo, what if that shit had nothing at all to do with him truly being a nice dude and trying to uplift people and be a good example? It was just like, how do I keep up this rape? Hey, pull your pants up, black people, so I can keep pulling these white bitches' pants down.
Noticeable discomfort from the black people.
Not as discomforted as the white women.
Guys, this is not Patreon.
What?
Come on, it's Flagrant 2, bro. We don't play around. Talking about Patreon, man. Thank y'all so much for subscribing, man. It's incredible.
Those are the fun episodes.
Word.
The regular
Yeah.
episodes are fun. Patreon is nice. 'Cause
Yo,
you know
Patreon's wow.
It's in the family. It's in the community. We be wildin'.
Yeah, it's a wild.
Y'all definitely proved me wrong a bunch of times. 'Cause I really thought there's gonna be some weeks like, yeah, this is gonna be the one that fucks us up. This is gonna be the one where we just lose everybody. But like when we say like, yo, keep it in the family, keep it in the Discord, keep it in Patreon, y'all stay true. So I'm
Like you didn't catch any heat,
I
right?
didn't catch one screenshot. I was counting on that. I was
That's
counting on
so
that
dope.
shit. I was
You
like,
know
oh,
how fucking
shit.
crazy that is? That 5,500 people kept a secret. You know how fucking rare that is?
They couldn't even do
And
that
even-
with
and
9/11 the inside job. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is out here snitching on 9/11 inside job.
We found that shit out by Thursday.
Real talk. It was like, yo, what are the beams
So, like,
made out of?
like,
yo?
how did the Pentagon just blow up like that? That's not how planes land. Like,
If only Johnny-
It really isn't how planes land. They do not land like that at all. They do
clearly,
not land
like-
inside buildings.
Damn.
there was a lot. The building just came down like never mind.
Yo, that was funny when one video comes out and everybody becomes an expert architect. Like, remember when the 9/11 conspiracy video came out the next day at school? Everybody was like, "Fam, when was the last time you saw a building just come straight down?" It's like, I've never seen a building ever come down, so I wouldn't know how they fall down at all. You think it just tipped to the side?
I mean, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
They would just go to the side?
Something, yeah. I mean, it looked like a controlled demolition. Like, have you ever seen like when they're about to? Oh, it's the last. Like, watch like
Right.
when they
Apparently
blow up
there's
like
a
old
popular
stadiums and
mechanics
shit.
thing where they go through and they say like, here's all the conspiracy theories and here's why they're wrong.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't
They
seen it,
they
yeah.
defrauded all of them?
Yeah, apparently.
I can see that.
Really?
I can see that. I'm just saying the only time I've seen a building come down is when it's been on purpose. So that's why I guess for a lot of people it's like, oh man, it looked like a controlled.
Like in Vegas when they just
Yeah, like
make
when
it
a
crumble
building
to the
shut down, it's
ground.
like, oh, we're gonna blow up this building up. Everyone go watch, and it just like comes down like fucking like Legos or some shit.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, we will go check on a little heat. Okay, so before we get to some deportes, I think it's important to acknowledge some very sad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we started off with some jokey
Nice
jokes.
lighthearted rape
'cause-
jokes.
Nice lighthearted
So,
rape. You know what I mean?
little rape to get us through the day because today was a rough run. I ain't gonna front.
Do you
Like,
think that before we go on, do you think that Chris Stapps like colors his dick so it looks like a unicorn?
Why do you think they call me unicorn, buddy? And he signed to Adidas too. I'm like, let me zip this back up. Let me zip this back up. I was getting uncomfortable on my way.
Man, that
Forgot I
was
wore
good.
this today.
That was good,
Bro, okay.
God damn.
So we have lost Nipsey Hussle, rapper,
Yeah.
entrepreneur, business mogul, documentarian. Nipsey Hussle was killed outside of one of his businesses in
Outside
where
of
was
his own
it?
store in
His clothing
Crenshaw.
store, yeah.
the
In
Marathon
Crenshaw,
store,
yeah. He apparently owns
He owned
several.
that entire block.
Yeah, he owns like the entire block. But you know, he's obviously you guys know if you're listening right now who Nipsey Hussle is. If you don't, I mean, you could YouTube him, Google him, etc. But yeah, he was murdered. There's not much information on it right now. Though there's a video
know
out,
the
some
information.
securities.
Yeah.
So do we know who the person is? Is
It's
his
a good
name
idea.
out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say his name, but it's pretty much out there who did it. And
Is another rapper or what?
no,
It's,
allegedly somebody he was close to, somebody he knew. Basically, long story short.
Yeah, break it
story-
down for us.
Long story short, the story is he thought there was a snitch in his crew. He got home from jail real early.
Wait, who is he?
The alleged assailant.
Assailant. Okay.
Got home from jail real early. And the story going around is came up to Nipsey. Nipsey said something jokingly, like not even jokingly, but like, yo, like you a snitch. Like, you know, how the hell you owe home so early? Like, if you're not a snitch, come back with your papers. I was like, all right, so. And you know, it wasn't on some like, yo, you're a snitch, fuck out of here. It was a snitch, like, it was, or we're gonna hurt you. It was like, yo, just go about your business. Like, we're doing this over here. Just, you know, you got home a little too early. I don't really trust you. Like, whatever. If you're not a snitch, coming back with your papers. He felt disrespected. All right, came back with a gun. 20 minutes later, shot him.
Wow.
That's the story going around. Wow. So it was somebody like he knew, close to, you know. If you see the video after he shoots him, he kicked him another time and then shot him in the face. That's the story going around. People have seen the photo of the person. You know, it was really a rough one today, man. Like a lot of people, especially like in, you know, I grew up in hip hop media like my entire career, most of my entire career. So
Yeah.
like, you know, I've known Nipsey for a while and his entire crew, and you know, I'm really close with Karen, who used to manage him, and you know, he was one of our biggest early supporters of Duce Palooza before Henny Palooza used to come perform, not ask for a cent, just like, I support what y'all young motherfuckers are doing, and y'all doing it on your own. Like, I'll do whatever help y'all need. And every time he came up, always showed love. I literally just saw him last time I was in LA with Wale in the studio. He was right next to us, and they were just doing music and chilling. He was talking about coming to Duce Palooza again and shit, and you know, hanging out. And and it sucks because he just looks like. J. Cole said something about like the real ones is dying and the fake ones is lit, and like he was the epitome of like just everywhere he went, he just got mad fucking respect from everybody, Bloods, Crips, hood dudes, not hood dudes, like and this is for like 10 years. This is before he really popped off like that. So like this past year, that was like really his like defining fucking blow up year. He had all this businesses booming. He's opened up a STEM school for like inner city youth. He got the Grammy nomination. He got his wife, kid, like all this shit. It's just, I mean, like I wasn't like clearly I wasn't like alive and conscious enough for like when like Pac or Big passed away, but like a lot of the stuff that Pac talked about and like
Nipsey was executing.
He was the realization of that dream. Like, yo, you could be a gangbanger, you could be this, but you can unite your community. You got to buy back your, you got to build generational wealth. You got to buy back your blocks. You got to do all this type of stuff. And the fact that he, his life was taken so cowardly by somebody, allegedly from that he knew or whatever. Like that's the part that hurts the most.
Yeah.
Question.
Like
so. You see a guy like Nipsey, who's this, in so many ways, a great role model, right?
Absolutely.
He's talking about investing in his own community and like putting his money into businesses,
and it was nothing new.
Trying to do
He
things
talked about the same shit
that make
when
your
he first
business
popped off,
grow, and not investing in frivolous things that could lose value, but always gain value over time. He'd been talking about it for years, right? You see a guy who's like very business savvy, yet still seemingly entrenched in gang life.
No, it's different. I know what you're trying to get at.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question. So it's like, at some point in time, you have to remove yourself from that world, because the way people operate in that world, you're dealing with psychopaths like this guy who fucking murdered him. You're not dealing with people who are gonna maybe screw you over in a business deal. You're dealing with somebody who, if you say the wrong thing, could fucking murder you. And at what point of success in your career do you say, hey, I got to, for the benefit of all the people that rely on me, for the benefit of all the people who follow me because I'm a leader, at what point do you not remove yourself from that?
See, and this is why it hurts like doubly for us today, because it's like with him, gang life was the original idea of gang life was what he was doing. The reason why Bloods and Crips and all these gangs were made was because they had to protect themselves in prison, in the streets, from police, all this other stuff, to protect their neighborhood, protect their communities. It wasn't always about just, oh, you're a Blood, I'm gonna kill you.
Sure.
You're a Crip, I'm gonna kill you.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so when a guy does everything right, like everything right, and still gets murdered by somebody on his own block,
right?
Like
in his own
community, by his own crew, a guy who probably fed him,
right?
Like put food in his mouth,
right? Who he put food in his mouth.
Yeah, like that's.
But that's not the question I'm asking.
I would think.
What I'm saying is, if he wasn't gonna do it, who else was? Like he put himself out there.
But that's not the
That's
question.
not his point, though. But his point is,
you're avoiding my question, and I
this is what I
understand
would
it's hard
say.
to answer. Go, Akaash.
I would think the thing that drew me to Nipsey was, I think, as I've thought about it, because I can compartmentalize any death pretty much and convince myself I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This one hit.
Yeah.
And I think it's because you and I are both very much drawn to authenticity.
Right.
And we hate fraudulence.
Yes.
I particularly hate phonies.
Yeah.
So a dude like that, what made him powerful was that he always was authentic. He always rolled with the people he came up with, tried to help them, if you move away completely from all these people, then you start getting looked at like you left everybody. You start getting looked at like it's phony.
Yeah.
Then when you try to help us, like, but you left us. Don't fucking talk to us about this. You left all of us.
Yeah.
So I would think that's the issue. That's the struggle.
Yeah.
Is how do I keep it authentic? Because that's
There's the survivor guilt a lot of people talk about. Yeah.
And sure, not even that, but like that's his kind of appeal, is that he's an authentic dude through and through, always authentic.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Part of that authenticity is I didn't leave you and just forget about you because you're dangerous or whatever. I love you. I'm gonna help you. It's like family.
That's what
I hear
like,
you on
he
that.
loved.
But there's one thing, right? Is for me is sometimes things become bigger than you, and Nipsey was in a position where what he was preaching and talking about was bigger than him, right? Nipsey was an example for people from the hood all over the world, right? About what you can do and how you can change your life and how you can reinvest in your community and grow your community and become an example for your community, etc. Right? So, you have a situation where, in my opinion, for the benefit of all those people following you, you got to remove yourself from that environment. Maybe you lose some authenticity amongst those people that
How do you
are
execute
there.
that?
Yeah, you're making it seem like he was just like in the hood. Like he was just like on the streets, whatever. Like he was literally taking pictures with kids outside of a store that he owned on the block that he
In the
bought.
hood.
He owned the block.
So is that not-
it's like
Drew,
it's like shooting the fucking mayor.
Can I just give another take on this?
Yeah,
So you know how we said earlier when hipsters go in bad neighborhoods and then they make them better?
Yeah.
He was just trying to make his own neighborhood better and
Alex,
not be.
we're talking about different things. I'm 100% aware of what
So
you're
you're
saying.
telling him to leave
and
his gang?
I'm all about. Absolutely.
No, but then that's
No.
Okay.
Let me get because we're gonna get to it. Am I telling him to leave his gang? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are you kidding me?
No.
100%. And you know what you do? You know why you're able to do that? You know why your gang allows it? Because you bought back your block. You're hiring these people. You're investing in the community. You're investing in the kids. You're creating all these schools. And if your gang doesn't allow you to leave so you can continue to lead on a broader scale and help your community, then your gang ain't shit.
You're making it seem like he was like a foot soldier.
Yeah,
like
can
he's
I
not a
just
foot
please make
soldier.
this
Like
one point is super
Go,
important.
Alex.
So I grew up in Far Rock.
Yeah.
I was in a gang growing up.
Yeah.
Like, the perception of gangs, it's a lot different from what they're supposed to be. Like, I was Crip for a while. There's like an actual handbook with rules, like almost like a Bible,
Right.
that you have to follow. And it's really none of the crime is in that book. It's not part of the principles.
Sure, I get it.
So it's run sort of like a corporation, and
Absolutely.
it's really just to help out the community. So I feel what he did is like, by staying in the gang, it's perfect because it shows like, hey, this is what a real Crip looks like.
Yeah.
Like what Snoop does. Like, hey,
Yep.
this is what a real Crip looks like. Hey, I'm part of a gang, but I'm giving back to my community. I'm doing the right things. I'm showing you example instead of the shit that you see in the news with gangs shooting each other. Like, this is what a real Crip looks like.
So question, and I understand that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
In retrospect, do you think that was the right move?
I
can't
still
play
do.
Monday morning
yeah.
quarterback with somebody's
Honestly,
life,
I still
bro.
do. Unfortunately, with
That's
this
what you
situation,
absolutely should do.
You can't.
No.
Because-
Hold on.
No,
Real quick.
because it's like, yo,
this
with
is
him-
what you do. You have to look at situations and you have to say, how could this be avoided? How do we not replicate this? We play Monday morning quarterback with people's lives all the time. We go, you should have wore a seatbelt. We don't go, why didn't he wear a seatbelt? You think about things that could have avoided it, right? This guy Nipsey, in my personal opinion, and I wasn't even a big fan of his music. I was just a fan of
Same.
his life philosophy.
Same.
That he's too important. He's too important to a movement that's way bigger than just what's happening in his community. He's
So-
affecting communities all over the
To
country.
your point, though, to your just leave, like you said earlier, these are fucking psychopaths. So
They're not
the
all
idea
No, it's-
psychopaths.
it's-
There's one
fine,
psychopath.
Fine,
It's not-
Hold on.
he
Don't
had an
say it's fine.
entire-
I'm trying to agree with you. Let me go. I'm trying to agree with you. I'm on your side. Your point is some of these people,
Yeah.
a few exceptions, are fucking psychopaths. It's just as possible one of those few psychopaths could say, this motherfucker think he could just leave and forget where he came from? Fuck that.
Yep.
The second he comes back, it's on. You don't come back so he could just never come back to his neighborhood again? Because it's highly possible he could come back and one of those few small percentage of psychopaths is like, yo, fuck this motherfucker just left us.
Let me ask
And
you.
that is
Let me
one of
ask
the
you a
principles,
question.
too.
Let me ask you a question. Where does Jay-Z hang out usually?
I don't know.
Marcy, is that where he hangs out?
Didn't he interview Oprah?
He's also
and Marcy?
50-something years
Didn't
old.
Oprah interview him and Marcy?
I'm just saying, is that you're using a one single example that
But I'm
might
saying-
not be the same as Nipsey? Is that fair to say that Nipsey was spending way more time in this
Yep, that's
area
fair. That's fair.
and you're using a very rare specific example that was more of a photo op than it was actual his life?
Okay,
Because
go ahead.
he's in Chelsea, right?
Okay,
Like
go
that's where, or he's in Tribeca, right?
He lives in LA.
Or he lives in LA,
Yeah.
right? Like that's where everybody
Okay.
that reaches a certain level of leadership and importance, and now, does Jay-Z still help his community? 100%. Is Jay-Z still investing in the lives of people, paying off legal fees to get people, out of jail? I mean, like, it's like every other day you see something that Jay is doing to uplift his community, invest in the community, and help his community every single day without having to stand on a storefront where some fucking psycho could potentially do it because he's a target. Jay is a target, and I bet you if Jay was hanging around in Marcy, somebody would try to come for Jay.
It is two different playbooks, though. Nipsey's playbook was buy back our neighborhoods. It was furious from fucking Boys in the Hood. Don't let this is ours. Jay-Z's was commercial success, make upwards of $1 billion, invest along the way. Nipsey's was protect our own, take care of ours real quick. I'm not trying to get... And Nipsey wasn't as commercially viable as Jay-Z. Like, I don't know more than 5 Nipsey songs. I can name 5 Jay-Z songs, no fucking problem.
Right.
So it was a different playbook.
It is a different playbook, and he was doubling down on his community and uplifting his community. So maybe having that presence there is more important.
It's very important.
And I agree with you guys on that. I just feel like you get to a certain level of success and leadership where...
Oh, he was taking pictures with kids. Like,
I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't know what that means. Like, that is a true thing.
Because you're saying, like, oh, you got to leave the hood. You can't be... Like, he wasn't just on a block. Like, he wasn't on just some random block and he got caught slipping. Like, this is somebody, allegedly, that he trusted. Like, there's nobody just getting... A guy who builds himself to that high of a stature, especially in that gang, especially in unifying, not just those gangs, but that entire neighborhood, you don't just get close to him like that. He has people. They have people to make sure, like, you don't get within fucking centimeters of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so to compare him to Jay-Z, who's like 50 plus years old, who was still on the block for much of his career, from maybe like 3 or 4 albums in. Yes, you could still see him in Brooklyn. You could still see him going back when he moved out. Like, to compare a billionaire to a guy who was just trying to get there, and it's not like Jay didn't support everything he did. He was the first guy who really...
He bought the album.
For a lot of people, Jay was the introduction to Nipsey Hussle.
He bought the $1,000 album.
Yeah, to a lot of folks.
And it is important for us to see examples other than the drug dealers.
Yeah.
So that's why it is important for him to still be around the neighborhood. And I don't know enough about his life. I doubt that he actually lives in the hood.
No.
He was just bought
he had a presence
property.
there.
Yeah, so I think it's important for
listen,
us
I'm
to
all
see
about his business model. I'm all about... My whole argument right now is how do we make sure he can continue to do what he's doing because he's such an important example, right? And we need to find a way where we recognize we both can invest or have people invest in their hood and be a part of it, but also recognize the danger of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
it's unfortunate.
Where do mobsters get just in Staten Island the other day? Where'd that mobster get shot? Yeah. Right in his fucking hood. Mm-hmm. Driving around his hood. Like, it's every time a mobster gets killed, it's not in the enemy's territory. It's driving around his own neighborhood with his doors unlocked, calm, cool, casual, and then someone pulls up and go, hey, you're out of here, right? Now, eventually, those mobsters, they reach a certain level, right? And these are the same mobsters that go, I want to buy up the neighborhood, I want to build up the neighborhood, protect the neighborhood. It's not a novel concept. This happens with a lot of people who deal with illegal and legal businesses together. Eventually, those mobsters, they go, I can't be around these types of things. Yeah. Because motherfuckers are trying to take me out. Yeah. And you don't get to see those mobsters on the block no more. Why do you think that the mafia operates like that, but he shouldn't? And you grew up in Staten Island, so you've seen these dudes, and you know you don't see the Don in the neighborhood. You see the underlings. Nipsey was a Don.
Yeah.
Nipsey's that guy. You don't see the Don outside the fucking Subway shop.
I do get what you're saying.
On some level,
I understand what you're saying, man. It's just...
Like, what you're saying is true, but also him being there.
The representation's important
it's
too.
Very important. So
I understand what you're saying,
look,
but the thing is, it's such. This is why this, and I'm gonna keep saying this is why it hurts so much because like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah,
like there's just you can't. There's no way you play it or you get out safe. Like this is how fucked up it is for a lot of. I'm not saying me. I wasn't born in Crenshaw. I wasn't in any of these neighborhoods, but this is how it is for so many people that we grow up around.
You were born in Staten Island, bro, and you saw mobsters get murked.
Understood, but at the same time, like I've seen this happen to so many people. Where this is why they say, like, bro, like if you grow up in a project, like it's a project. Like there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody getting out that continues to be authentic, continues to come back, continues to do what everybody says they want to do or strive to do. Like, like own your masters, buy back your buildings, buy back your neighborhood, fucking give the people that look like you opportunities. So it's like, yo, you don't have to sell drugs. You can work at the store. You can work at this fish fry. You could fucking learn science and technology. Like, he was doing all that shit. So it's like, you don't have to be a fucking Poindexter to do it. Was my whole thing with him. Like, he was doing Poindexter shit
as a cool dude,
like, as a real street dude.
Yes, 100%.
As a real fucking street dude.
So how do we avoid this
like,
in the future?
I don't fucking know.
Because we all
wish I knew.
we all feel the same way, right?
Yeah.
And we could take time to like have feelings about it, 100%, and I think we should. But at the same time, like the way I look at these situations is how do we make sure this doesn't happen again, right? And that's why I'm trying to present like the mafia example. I'm trying to present other examples of people who realize the importance to the organization that they're building, and they remove themselves. And if they are in a community,
and a lot of times they still get killed. Even if they do remove themselves, they still get killed.
Yeah.
Like, you're not. I'm not saying the mob has any higher moral standard than Bloods or Crips or anything like that. They're all, to me, it's all just scenery. It's all the same type of organization.
That's why I'm using it as the example.
Exactly. With that, man, it's just I just woke, like today, like I had a terrible sleep, bro. Like it's just such a hopeless fucking feeling when you lose somebody like that, and it's like,
yeah, this one got me.
Yeah, when you ask me like, what do you do? I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Right.
I do not know.
But you see,
I think removing yourself is easier said than done. That's my own. I don't think you're necessarily completely wrong.
You're right.
I just think it's much easier said than done.
I agree. I guess, yeah. It seems like you were against having him.
I'm not saying that he's
so
against
accessible.
it.
No. It seems like you're against having him be less accessible to people, and I feel like that is a necessary component with not only success in general, but especially success,
survival,
and survival. Like that. You cannot access Bill Gates. You cannot access Warren Buffett. Right?
That's
like
the thing, though. Like it wasn't like
you said he's out in the street taking pictures with kids. That's accessible.
No, but I'm saying like it wasn't like he didn't have his enemies already. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like people ain't tried to touch him before. Like you couldn't get close to him. It was somebody close to him that took him out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and that's
in an absolutely vulnerable situation. Like you're sitting there taking pictures with fucking children.
Right.
On your block, on a block that you own, in front of a store that you bought so you can give jobs to other people. Like I don't fucking get it.
What would you do, Akaash?
I don't know. That's what I think. The thing I liked about him was the authenticity. And if he's not as accessible, it doesn't seem as authentic. If you're trying to help from 100, 200, 1,000 miles away, whatever, it doesn't seem as authentic. It's just, yeah, I guess you're helping, but where are you?
Yeah.
But you're authentically Indian. You care about Indians, right? You're not in India every day.
Yeah. No, I know.
So why can't he care about the hood?
If I tried to help Indians, there would be a certain feeling from a lot of people in India that's like, the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You come from American savior?
Like, thank you.
So some would, and some would be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Well, fuck them.
It's especially worse if I grew up there and then left and then was like, "Hey guys, I got all the answers for you. Let's do this and this and this." And it's like, let's buy back our neighborhoods. And it's like, you're not in our neighborhoods. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but he bought it back.
Yeah,
but now you're listening to the haters, right? Now you're putting too much stock in the haters, right? These people are bitter because they're not in your position.
Maybe, but
you got to turn them out. You can only help the people that want to be helped.
And we disagree on Malcolm and Martin. I was always drawn to Malcolm because I read Malcolm as being more authentic.
Right.
From what I saw of Malcolm, what I read of Malcolm, he struck me as more authentic, and that struck more of a chord with me. That's a me thing. But people like me do tend to be more drawn to the people like Nipsey or the people like Malcolm or whoever.
Right.
Like those are the guys I'm like, fuck, that's so fucking dope.
Right. I'm only talking about proximity to help, right? Like,
I just think when you take away that proximity, you lose some authenticity.
Yeah, but you don't see yourself as an inauthentic Indian, do you?
To a degree. I mean, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I think we talked about this. I go to India and I feel American. Here I feel Indian.
Right.
It's an odd thing.
Right.
That's a different, I think, conversation. But
see, I don't think. I think that as long as you represent yourself and you represent your people, you can do that from a distance, especially if you're helping.
Maybe that's
times it's not up to us.
And maybe
it's
that's
not
something
up to how you feel or I feel. It's up to the people that are
Indians in India see me as American. They don't see me as Indian.
No. I'm aware of that. We did have this convo here. What I'm saying is, like, if you're true and you're trying to help people, right? and you actually are creating these businesses and creating these opportunities for them.
Right.
Right? Like, nobody's looking at Oprah going, Oprah don't care about them girls in Africa. She's not here a lot. They're going, she opened those schools in Africa. She's educating
she's
these
not
girls.
from Africa.
Who gives a fuck?
A lot of people give a fuck. Like, if you're helping, great, but it's different when you're from that community. Like, if you're from Crenshaw, and like you're trying to help that city, it's like, oh yeah, you could say whatever you want about Nipsey because he's actually from here. He's one of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come and help and you're not from here, cool. But it's different when when it's one of your own. So like, yeah, you could say who gives a fuck if he cares about these people from Africa because you're not from there. You're not from that city. You don't know what they go through on the everyday life.
Right.
Nipsey know what all these people went through every single day. So it meant way more to them for him to do that. You know what I'm saying? He could have took his money, put it in like some venture capitalist, put it in some fucking, do what Kanye did and give it to some fucking Calabasas school or whatever the fuck. And
or you could do what would maybe end up doing more good. Like, to your point, this might end up doing more good. Invested in the best mutual funds or the best stocks or whatever, and then after you died, then you donate all the money. Sure, in the end, you might be doing a greater overall good because you have more money to donate, but his idea was different. His way of helping was kind of centered around him being there.
Yeah, you
for
had
whatever
to see
his
it too.
mentality, his sensibility was. And maybe it's wrong, but this is the way he wanted to help.
You had to see it too. A lot of people need to see that example.
I agree with you in terms of show instead of tell. I say it, I feel like every week on this podcast. I just don't believe that you have to, if you want to buy back your block, if you want to start businesses there and you want to employ the people within your neighborhood, I don't believe that it only counts if you're at the opening and cutting the ribbon with the scissors. I don't believe that. I think that you can have...
I don't think they're saying it only counts. I'm just saying it's more impactful.
Yeah.
And on top of that...
it is more impactful because there's the visual that you associate with it.
So it's not that...
And I think that makes sense. Yeah. I guess now the discussion is it worth the reduction of impact to have the
in a fucked up way, I think it is.
In
a fucked up way, I think it was worth it. Because if you see that outpouring...
So what is worth it? Just so people aren't confused.
The fact that,
Nipsey's path
his proximity
so him dying is worth it.
I think, and this is going to be hard to say right now.
Yeah.
Because it's still very fresh.
Sure.
But we have no idea how many new Nipseys were born today. Like, there's so many people who are just learning about him,
right?
Who are just learning about his passing, who are just learning about his life, that want to continue what he set out to do. There was so many things that he was working on. There was his catchphrase was "the marathon continues." So even if I'm not here no more,
right?
Like, this thing is gonna keep spinning. This life goes on, and if you listen to his music, you don't even have to listen to his music. Just watch him, just see his message. He's going to affect way more people, I think, in death than he ever would have done alive.
I don't think so, man. I think that
Tupac didn't affect way more people dead than he did alive.
No, I think he did. I think if Tupac's still alive right now, he's affecting way more people.
Who knows if he does Tyler Perry movies?
That's one of those questions that there's no answer because we don't know.
You're right.
So the longer that Tupac was alive, it's fair to say that he exponentially increased his effect on the world, right? So, like, when he was alive at 20, he had maybe, like, 10,000 people fucked with him. By 24, he had 1 million people that fucked with him.
Yeah, but when you become a martyr, it's like, you can't
multiply
quantify that.
Fam, the greats die young. Jesus died young.
Yeah. That was old for back in the day. 33?
It was premature, though.
It was premature, but like people died at 40 back in the day.
I always said the best death was Gandhi's death because he got assassinated and he was 80 or 91.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's so great. Like, you lived a full ass life, and then you still get he got assassinated.
I don't even think he got shot.
It.
I think he had a heart attack. Like, he heard it and he was like,
That's the ideal way to go out. Get assassinated. I'm gonna pay somebody to shoot me around about 78.
Assassinated at 90. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm so misinformed. I thought he fucking died from starvation.
From hunger?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Alex. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Dude, Jesus did win because that's the only name we say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like, we were just talking about Gandhi, and then Alex said some absurd shit, and you didn't go, Mahatma Gandhi. Right? Like you said, Jesus fucking Christ, because you know that shit hits, boy.
You know what's weird is everybody got to "oh God" and they say it in their language.
Go.
Like, my girl says
Adios mío in Spanish.
Adios mío. We say Ebagwan, that's what means God. My girl says Vaiguru, which means God in their language. Like, everybody says "oh my God" in their language. It's such an Adios mío, same thing. Odd thing.
But
Everybody
in
also
I
English,
couldn't
fuck.
let Gandhi have it over Jesus. I mean, Jesus have it over Gandhi.
you could let Jesus have it over.
I didn't want that. I had to be like, no, but that's what everybody says. Oh my God, in their language.
But Gandhi's not even your god, though, right?
No, he's not a god. He's just
He's a guy.
no,
He's
he was
just a
he was
mascot?
a saint. He was a savior.
Oh, say.
Oh wait, y'all got saints?
No, but he was just.
It's funny how you keep
Calvinist
using
freedom.
Christian references. Anyway, victory for the Christian squad.
Yeah,
we
you got
out
me
here,
there.
baby.
That's
We
that
out
Texas.
here. Wow, we
You got
out
me there.
here.
You got me there. Fuck.
The Texans just jumped out.
Fuck, y'all got me. Goddamn, y'all got me.
Goddamn.
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 All right. Listen, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. We don't know the answer to these things. I'm sure y'all have some ideas after discussing it. Hit us up in the. If this was Patreon, I say hit us up in the Patreon. Hit us up in the Discord. Just tweet us. Let's have
These conversations.
these
are necessary,
conversations are
bro.
important, man. Let's just make sure that they continue, and you tell us if there's some things that we're missing and what you thought might be a good idea. How we can avoid this shit in the future. It is a tough thing, and when you are someone with massive influence and massive importance and a massive effect on the world, you have a target on your back. We fear those who move the masses, and that's how it's always been for the state of humanity. So Nipsey, in a weird way, the exact thing that made him so special is what ultimately could have caused the end of him, and it is a shame. We got to protect. We got
Shouts
to
to
do our
Nick
best to
Cannon. Nick
protect.
Cannon's finishing the Dr. Sebi documentary. A lot of people think that's what got Nipsey killed. He was making this Dr.
this
Sebi.
Dr. Sebi
There's
documentary.
a lot
Yeah.
of conspiracies going around.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm really
kinda-
proud Nick Cannon is doing this, so that way we know if he makes it, then it probably wasn't. You know what I mean? If he gets killed, there's our answer.
If they take out Nick,
Yeah.
dude, what would the reaction be to dead Nick compared to dead Nipsey? Like, bro,
Much quieter.
bro,
From a guy whose career was made by Nick, I'd be one of the few tweeting.
bro. Imagine the picture of Nick came up and he was dead, and everybody was like, "Wildin', wildin', 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 wildin'."
I would be so fucking sad, and I would start looking through my Wildin' Out stuff, and then I would come across a check, and I'd be like, "We all right, don't worry about it."
We need a Chico being Carl
Hey.
Miller Nick is dead freestyle.
Sucker MC. Shit. Can you imagine the Nick Cannon movie marathon? That shit would make way more people kill themselves than Nick Cannon just dying. Love don't cost a thing. I can't do it anymore.
Oh shit!
Oh,
How did how'd they do that back in the day freestyles? How does it go? What's the beat to
hey,
it?
Chico, is that what it is?
Yeah. Carlos, what you gotta say?
I don't remember, man. It's old school shit though. Fuck. I wish you could play one of them.
What, them old school rap battles?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Carlos and Chico B.
Oh shit!
I love those shits.
What's that? Oh, you just all right. AlexxMedia texted me. There might be some information.
Nah, because I misheard something.
No,
I know.
not even close.
Okay.
It's another one of them, huh?
Another one of those.
Another one of those.
Not even
Another
close.
one of those. Do we gotta go on damage control again?
Nah.
He said trigger. What do you mean? What are you talking about? He never said something.
Get Out got black people paranoid, bro. They really did, bro. Get Out got black people real
Oh,
I'm just
paranoid.
looking out for you, son.
I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ!
Not paranoid enough to stop fucking white women.
Okay.
You wildin' right now.
Bro, yo,
you
you was totally
wildin'.
Oh my god.
Oh man, dude.
We go wild out. We go wild out.
How does the flow go for the wild style, for the freestyle, the old school freestyle?
It's Andrew. I'm about to say.
Nick, I'ma stand, but I'm not for standing.
Hey.
Turns out Nick got shot with a cannon.
Andrew got a bottle of liquor. I hope he don't say nigger. Oh, God damn it. Deportes?
Okay, let's talk about some sports, man.
Let's talk about
See, we
it.
came out of that. We came out of that Nipsey.
That was good.
Nipsey. Alex was worried how we were going to come out of the Nipsey thing in a
Well, I
happy
just
mood.
found out Alex is a Crip,
Don't
so I
nobody
can
cheer
see
for
why
me.
he could be fucking nervous.
We just had to kill Nick. That's all it is. Dude, if you kill Nick without a real cannon, it's really not going to make any sense. Like if somebody rolled up on Nick and then with an actual cannon and then like put the bowling ball in
That'd be
and
so
lit
funny.
the fuse.
That'd be so
That's
funny.
fucking hilarious. They should bring cannons back.
Yo, bro.
The only bomb bigger than Nick on stage.
Cannons are so dope.
So the bowling ball just hits him in the stomach. That stupid hat flies off his head and slowly flutters to the ground like a fall leaf. Oh boy, so poetic. Okay, what do we got in sports? We done the rape talk.
Did he talk any college ball? RJ Barrett, I think might not be good.
I don't
He might
care.
suck.
Do you care about college ball? I really do
I watched.
not
I
care.
watched
care.
the game Sunday. I
care.
watched the game Sunday.
It was a great Elite Eight. Like every
Was
game
it?
went down
Every
to the
game was
wire.
close.
Every game was close. Yeah, Zion got one touch in the last 2 minutes because RJ Barrett's a fucking nut.
I don't like Barrett,
And
man.
Cam Reddish is overrated.
I
he's gonna be
think
a bust.
Zion is the only one he's worth the #1 pick. But after that, that's it.
Somebody called him. I forgot. I think Stephen A. Smith called RJ Barrett a poor man's Jalen Rose.
That's so
not
funny.
good.
Which exactly. I mean, like, it's not bad. Like, he was getting fucking Kobe comparisons coming out of high school and shit.
I'm so
like,
tired of Kobe comparisons at 18.
I'm like, so what? He just shoots a lot, is what you're saying. He's 6'6" and he shoots all the fucking time. Like, what else? What else can you compare Kobe to? Like,
I think RJ Barrett's good. He's just not your #1. And he needs to realize he's not your
For
#1.
sure. He's
and then
good.
he'll be all right.
he's a very good player. I think I like John Morant better than him.
Agreed, John.
RJ. Yeah, his last name's Barrett.
RJ. His last name Barrett. I don't know what I'm wearing. This fucking sucks.
RJ. Last name's Barrett. Wish that his last name was Baggett, so we could rhyme it with. Anyway, so okay, my bad. So all right, so Duke somehow this was going around on Twitter. Duke somehow manages to lose with the top 4 picks in the draft.
Facts.
Is Coach K an elite coach?
Yes, he's an elite coach, but
Yeah.
you know who's more elite?
Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo, baby.
Yo,
Tom Izzo was
you
catching
want
a
to
lot
talk
of
about
heat.
someone who said the N-word? If you look at Tom Izzo, 100% sure.
100% he said that before.
100%.
I want to bet my pinky toe.
Dude.
You can cut that shit off tonight.
Bro,
How about, yeah, he did
look
it.
at his fucking neck and head.
Bro.
Do you think there's a chance that he hasn't dropped the N-word?
I think it's the best. I think it's the best story in the tournament, actually.
What is Tom Izzo?
How everybody was coming for Tom Izzo, like, oh my God, how can you yell at those kids?
You didn't see
They're
it?
so embarrassed.
So early in the tournament, he was like yelling at one of his players, like in his face, screaming at him. Everybody was coming down on him. How can you embarrass your kid like that?
Yeah.
Embarrass your player like that? And all his players are like, no, we love Tom.
They're like, bro, that's just how he coaches. Like,
Yeah,
cool.
we had no problem with that.
And like, even
Why
some.
can't you yell at the players?
That's what I'm like, bro. Like
Parents,
anybody
man.
who.
Suckers.
Yeah, I think social media's turned everybody to a bunch of pussies when it comes to sports. Like, let the kids fucking yell. It's the heat of the game. There's fucking 40,000 people in the goddamn crowd. You're gonna have to yell at somebody if you miss a fucking backdoor cut. All right, like you're gonna get yelled at.
I don't get it.
Who gives
It
a
doesn't
fuck?
even make sense
And
to me.
everybody's like, "Oh my God, the way he coaches, it's fucking animalistic. It's caveman like. I thought we grew out of that, and like the Bobby Knight days were done."
Blah,
I'm like,
blah,
first off,
blah.
Bobby Knight used to legit hit motherfuckers. Okay, like so that's different. And secondly, guess who's in the Final Four, bitch? I think his coaching has done quite well.
Was Michigan State the one where they were raping the gymnastics?
Yeah, yeah. And
It was Michigan State?
This I didn't like about
Yeah, it
Izzo.
was.
He kind of didn't. He kind of defended
What?
old dude.
Just the amount of rape in this
Son.
episode.
There's a lot of rape in this episode, right?
They
There's a
was
lot of
raping
rape.
gold medals into these bitches, right? And right.
You can't call them bitches, bro.
My bad.
You
These
can't call
chicks-
them bitches.
But yeah, right? That's a crazy fucking logic.
So Tom Izzo was probably getting the dude to do the same treatment on his players, and that's why he was, that's why he was tight, and that's why he was
You think that's how
defending.
Draymond got so good?
Son, yes. It's not a coincidence that he went to another place where there are gay people. He knew where his bread is buttered. He went from Michigan State to San Francisco. He's like, yo, I need that same
Probably
shit.
the same guy who butters Kevin Durant's bread.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go pee.
Yo, if you don't come to
that's
the
a
Knicks
first
because of these
tradition,
players,
nigga.
Leave on that. You're not gonna leave on
you
that.
just get a mic drop on that with the baby bladder.
That's
Just
a mic
like,
drop.
Leave on that,
That's
bro.
a mic drop, I thought.
You're not gonna leave on that,
oh
bro.
man.
You out here.
Sometimes you need some tough love, though, bro. Sometimes you gotta
Yo,
yell
why
at the
can't you
motherfuckers.
yell at adults? They're 18 years old. We can send them to war, but we can't tell
can't
them
yell
to
at
not
them.
miss
So
a
odd.
fucking defensive play. Like, these
can't
people
tell them
are
to
so
fucking
fucking
rotate.
crazy. What do you think's happening when they're at war? Do
Yeah.
you think they're calmly saying, hey, you're going to kick in the door. You're going to be the first person to make the shot? No, right? They're fucking going, hey, get out there, kill these motherfuckers. I don't know what they're saying. My point is, it's war.
It's war. Yeah,
That is our go-to.
It's get the fucking job done.
You ever notice that? Like,
was just thinking that
if
when
you
you
have
did
to
it.
make
Yeah.
any argument, you just go,
We're at war.
put on
They
the
can't
game, they let
war.
her go to war.
Because we're Americans and we're always at war. So we always have a war to
But it's
compare it to.
convenient,
Like,
right?
yeah,
It's like,
fun,
there's
man.
70 genders.
This is fucking
But
war.
there's fucking war.
Fucking soldier. Motherfucker. Remember when Keller Winslow went like fucking
I'm a fucking soldier.
fucking nuts that one time?
No.
He's like, oh, you're trying to
I'm
kill
a
me, I'm
fucking
gonna kill
soldier.
him. Well, fucking soldier. And everyone's like, whoa,
Wait,
dude.
the tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was in the University of Miami, and I guess like somebody got hurt. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, it's either them or me. It's war out there. I'm a fucking soldier. And then like he had like onset CTE for a while.
Yeah. He has
Man,
CTE.
Yeah, I think he's in
motherfuckers
jail now
all
too.
got
Yeah, he in
CTE,
jail.
bro.
His pop played pro ball.
We gotta get
Yeah,
someone.
Pop's a
We
Hall
gotta
of
get
Famer.
some guys with CTE on this show. I got an idea
Tight.
for it. I got an idea for it. So we get
Take your pick. They all
we get guys with CTE on the show. They got a sense of humor about it.
Willie
right?
Colon.
No, Willie don't have it, right?
don't have it yet.
But we get guys that have real CTE. We get them on the
I'm fucking
show,
with you, Willie. I'm
and then
fucking
what we
with you.
do is
Yeah,
we
alright.
read them their we ask them questions about their own Wikipedia page, and we see if they can answer them.
The only
right?
risk is if the question pisses them off, they'll murder all of us.
And this table is
OJS.
built really well for like breaking. Like this is a good WWE type table.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll need some like maybe we'll do smaller players or something like that. Maybe like running backs, somebody we can handle. You know,
I don't think you can handle running back.
I'm not gonna run it back out. 5'6", motherfucker. Are you kidding?
is
Are you
good.
kidding me?
He's 5'6", 280.
man.
Not anymore.
He's 280. He's just wide now.
Okay, he's a fat 280. He's
You
a
got
fat
Emmitt Smith?
280.
Emmitt Smith, my height, I think.
No,
5'7".
Emmitt Smith got me. Emmitt Smith got me.
He 5'7".
Oh,
Yeah, but no, Emmitt's different.
I seen Marshall Falk like a month ago.
No, Marshall might got
Marshall
me.
Falk
looked a
still-
little. Marshall
Marshall
looked a
still
little.
could
He looked a
go.
little inflated though. He looked like his face
Yeah,
got
he's
a little.
he's a
He
little
can still
fat.
go. Like
Yeah.
he's not like.
It looked like
chunky.
somebody stuck a bike pump in young Marshall Falk and just started.
Like
Wes Welker.
Like a
Wes
Thanksgiving.
Welker, out of here.
Any
Oh, yeah.
Darren Sproles, out of here.
Nah, Darren Sproles will fuck you up.
Are you
Darren Sproles
fucking
can still
kidding
go.
me? I'm an
Sproles-
alpha male. That's what you gotta say before you fight someone. Are you sure you want this? I'm an alpha male.
Oh man.
Wait, you really
Oh,
don't think you
Jesus.
could fuck up football players?
I think I could.
I don't think I can fuck up a lot of people.
You is different.
Yeah,
I think
is
I
different.
get some hits off. I feel like just football players and like they're just like kind of built different.
Yeah.
You know.
Whatever.
I could definitely beat up some, but
Anyway, we bring them on here. We ask them questions about their life and see if they remember them. And I think it can be really fun.
That's a great
and then
idea.
every time they don't remember, we headbutt them. So there's an extra incentive to remember. It's more CTE.
Yo, Eden,
You
you'll
know?
be here for those episodes because I might be busy.
What do you think? What should we call it, guys?
I was trying to think of that. The CTE cup's
the
not good.
CTMEs.
CTMEs.
There we go.
We'll bring out a little fucking Emmys with like headbands.
That's it. Dude, we all put on helmets and just fucking
Just a little
bang away.
Little swollen brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where did you go to college? Blah, blah, blah. What years? I forget. Boom. Just whack from the side. Love it. Great game.
Said he has to have CTE, but a sense of humor about it.
Oh,
Okay.
we need the sense of humor. Because, listen, there are going to be guys that have a sense of humor about their memory loss. Right? They don't? My dad has one.
He's gonna forget like mid-game that he's playing a game, and once you headbutt him, he's gonna be like, "Red team 4, go!"
Okay. We don't want to headbutt him into like a rage. And we
Yeah.
got like some Chris Benoit shit going on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
god,
yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah,
don't
that
want
was
that
insane.
shit.
They just out there.
He had like the brain of like a 90-year-old or some shit.
Benoit?
Yeah, that shit was fucked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Just from doing what? The jumping off the high stuff?
Well, his finishing move was a diving headbutt.
What?
So like,
What?
no, he's
What a
right.
bitch ass way to get CTE, right? Wrestling.
I can tell you,
Some fake shit.
I can tell you, we're judging it by the way you said. Just from what the diving off the
What a
the rope
dumbass.
stuff?
Pull up
Fucking idiot.
a Chris Benoit diving headbutt. This is
Yeah.
his finishing move. He did this.
Nah, I don't
He did
care.
this every fucking night.
I want to see it.
He literally would. His finish
I'm
was
gonna
literally
pee.
just fucking jumping and headbutting somebody off the top rope.
I'm 100% supportive of watching this video. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty high. That's pretty fucking high. Okay, let's see it. What a fucking idiot that decides that this is gonna be his move, and he is top heavy. He looks like an
Oh
incredible.
no, he was fucking jacked. Boom! That was his shit. Damn. Every fucking night.
Why wouldn't he just brace the fall, like break it with his?
That's what most people did.
Steve Austin's like, damn.
That's what most people did. You just gotta brace the fall. You just spread out a little bit, and right before you're supposed to hit, you go like that. But he would just go all head. And apparently, that just wasn't good for you.
This is his last one.
All right, here it is. Let me see the This is what.
Oh no, this
Took
is
him
the,
over the
this is the
edge.
WrestleMania promo. This Sunday at MetLife Stadium, WrestleMania 33. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Nah, you can give it.
Come to Wally Mania though. That's gonna be lit.
It's at MetLife.
MetLife Stadium, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is last match. Yeah, jeez.
Who's that?
This was no, that's not Booker T. That is D'Angelo De Niro, the Pope.
Turn the
No,
music
no.
volume off. Yo, volume.
Here it comes.
Describe what we're watching though.
Yeah,
Okay.
so basically he's climbing up the top rope and doing his finishing move, the diving headbutt, which I guess just Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
God damn. See, I don't remember that.
That shot gave him the CT.
Yeah, that's it right there. It's over.
How you just
Golly. I
dive
don't even
into
wanna
a
see- I don't want to see that
kneecap?
again. Yeah, dude, that's nuts. That's a 20-foot drop onto someone's foot.
Jesus.
That's on his knee. Yeah, son, that is
And like that, and the
unbelievable.
reason why he was so good is because most people would just kind of brace themselves because
Yeah.
you don't want to.
But he went for it.
But he would just
Whoa.
go for it, like
Whoa.
whatever would make
missed it,
make
huh?
it look fucking more realistic.
Nah,
he would
this
just
one-
Here we
fucking
go,
for it.
slow-mo,
Oh,
slow-mo.
slow mo, Jesus, dude.
Oh, he blocked it.
He blocked that shit.
blocked that shit.
All right, you shouldn't have killed your family, bro. That's like
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
That's what I was thinking. Was it worth it?
But like outside of that, like he's
you were
phenomenal
thinking that.
wrestler.
No, just as I was watching
I
that.
think it wasn't worth it. I'm pretty sure that's
mean,
clear.
Yeah, it was a
kind of
terrible
fucked
question.
up. Like I was mad sad when he died. He was my favorite wrestler.
Really?
I swear that he was one of the best. Like he was legitimately one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
That's
like,
what killed
by
him.
far. And then, like when he died, I thought it was like carbon monoxide shit. Like,
Shit is
oh,
your
man,
fault,
he must
Kaz.
have fucking-
If you didn't like him so much,
He was a phenomenal wrestler, man.
I like
But,
Mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mankind was legit. All right, what else we got, man?
Floyd training. Why is Floyd training again?
I don't know, but I hope he's not going to fight. I really hope. He keeps posting these Instagram videos. He looks phenomenal. He always looks phenomenal.
So what's the training? You just as we were starting to record, Andrew's like, "What is Floyd training for?"
And
So what are these videos?
I don't know, man. He's in the gym. He's not perfect, but always trying to be perfectionist or something. And
Yeah.
I think it unfortunately means he's going to be fighting again, and it's just heartbreaking.
I think if anything, it's another easy to win exhibition match. And I also think there's something about Floyd that just it's every famous person. You don't want to give up the spotlight that easily. He likes keeping the speculation going about whether or not he might fight again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
100% right. This just came to my mind, topic-wise. Did you see 50 Cent posted this?
No.
Did you see the guy from Power? He won
Amari
some
Hardwick, yeah.
award. I think it was an NAACP award. And he shakes Jay-Z's hand, and then he goes and he hugs Beyonce, gives her a kiss on the cheek,
Got
and
some
then
lip.
give her another kiss on the cheek,
Got a little lip.
and very close to the lip.
Got a little 1/3 of the lip on the side right here.
Look at this video. Eden's about to pull it up.
about
This
to
guy
die.
has balls.
the balls on this man.
The
Even
balls.
Jay's looking at him like, bro, what are you doing?
But you know, Beyonce loved that beard because Jay-Z can't grow shit.
Oh, one
Look at
time.
that. Oh,
Oh, my
She ain't
God.
happy. She don't look happy about that
no,
shit.
she's
She
flustered.
didn't even look back. Like,
Look at
why
all
would
that
you?
testosterone she just felt. You know, come on, look at that. Oh my God, is that disrespectful?
I feel
Jay-Z
like-
got to fight him.
I feel like it's disrespectful because he got like mad Bijan on her.
Yeah, he
From that
did get a lot of
fucking beard.
Beijing. Yeah,
But yeah, you don't go for B in the mouth, B. Like I don't even kiss girls in the cheek. I just dap them like J. Cole.
really? Yo,
That's
J.
a
Cole
faithful
does
man
do
right
that,
there.
bro.
Yeah,
That
bro.
motherfucker got straight dudes in the green room, bro.
Bro, I can't. Yo, remember?
Son,
Yo,
nothing but
I was like, nah,
dudes.
J. Cole faithful, bro. Like, there's nothing
Yo.
but dudes back.
and like dudes that were apparently famous, but I didn't know. Like
Yeah.
I was just finding out.
Like Thierry
Henry had no clue.
Was there?
That is the most generic looking black guy you'll ever see in your life.
He looks like it looks like fucking Craig David. Like, fill me in.
Dude,
all,
what is
all
it?
black UK guys look like Craig David to me.
Shouts to FA. FA's in the building, man.
Why you don't like
That's
Craig
my
David?
guy.
Forget Craig David. Thierry Henry's a legend.
Legend.
Yeah, but
Played for
they're-
the Red Bulls, right?
That's why he's a legend. He played for the Red Bull.
What is he like a fencer? Thierry Henry sounds like a fencer or maybe like a seltzer water.
Shit, I thought you were talking about Thierry Marie. Like,
Oh shit, Thierry Henry a legend.
Oh, you said Thierry Marie?
That's a
Yo.
legend,
shit.
bruh.
that's a
First lady in a rock?
Admit this.
Who's a badder bitch, Thierry Marie or Thierry Henry? Who finer?
Okay, can we at least admit, we're not saying all black people look alike, but we can admit that all black soccer players look generic as fuck. We can admit that.
No, not him.
What? Get him up.
He's like, he's very handsome.
He's saying
Please
it like
show
you
him.
want to fuck.
He's a handsome man.
Get him up on the
Right?
video, Eden.
How do I spell his name?
How do I spell his name? I can't even spell your most famous soccer player's
And I
name.
feel like the rest of it will pop up.
T-E-R-I what?
T-H-E-I-R-R-Y Henry. H-E-N-R-Y.
Is NRY or NRIE?
N-R-Y.
You got it? Yeah. Okay, let's see this
Handsome
guy.
ass Thierry Henry.
Let's
no,
see
I
him.
got like 5 cousins that look like
There he goes.
Bam.
That's Alex, dog. What you talking about?
That's Alex.
He looks
at this
nothing
guy.
like Alex.
Tell me that ain't Alex with the
That's
beard.
Joe Budden.
I'm about to say, it looks more like.
Look at Joe Budden, bro. Listen. Come on, bro. This is every dude. Keep going to other pictures.
Every light skinned bald dude with a beard.
Every
is not
light
Joe
skinned
Budden,
bald
yo.
guy. You know? Come on. That's guy probably dated Issa Rae and Insecure. You know, click on this one right here. Come on, man. That's like the dean at Howard.
This is why I'm so terrified of coming
So
home.
that's like
man.
being
This is why I gotta
15
get some
years
hymns.
Oh yeah,
That's
Kaz
being
is
15.
feeling a little bit insecure about potentially balding.
I think I got a bald spot. Well, I definitely have a bald spot.
Let's see it. Turn it around. Let's see it. Let's see if we got it.
That's why I got my do-rag on. You
Come
kidding me?
on, son. Let's just
Come
see the
on.
baldy, bro.
Why would I do? Yo, hymns.
I
Please
want to
send me
see
some
that
shit.
yarmulke. Let me see that yarmulke. Let me see
damn
it.
I felt bad too because I was on the shoot that day
And you saw it?
and I saw it. I peeked a
Damn.
little bit.
Bro.
Y'all let the sun
and
just
these
shine
motherfuckers
into
wouldn't
it.
say shit neither.
I couldn't say
Hey,
nothing.
what?
Why?
How the fuck do you say your
Because
name?
I would have said a hat.
What the fuck is Kaz?
Oh yeah, you
Who's
pronounce
Kaz?
your name different.
Nah, it's all the same. Anyway.
Hold on, let me see back.
Man, change his name for a check.
Listen, no, lean back down.
That's mad small.
Let me see.
dog.
Turn towards me. Turn towards me.
It's like
The
a-
sun was hitting
Can you
me.
turn
Yeah,
This
it
way,
was,
this
it
way,
was the
this way.
sun.
Because it's thinning.
Hold on one second. Go. Can you just stay in one position, fam?
The fuck, motherfucker, I can't.
Just right there. That's it. Okay.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it's fine, bro.
It's
You're really
thinning
fine.
though. So when the sun hits it, like
Yeah.
it's about to be spring and summer and shit. Like
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, all you gotta do is keep it tight.
This is
If you
true.
keep your hairline very tight, it won't even look like you're balding.
Nah, I mean, like I do want to like grow it back out. I want to get like my mohawk back and shit. So like, when
But then
it
it's gonna
grows,
look like
I'm
you're
Yeah,
balding.
nah, those
Like
days
it's gonna
are
be
done, bro.
noticeable.
It's
as
gonna
fuck.
look noticeable.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
grow it out, then it's gonna be you're gonna have the thin spot. And
Not if I get the hymns. If the hymns fucking grows
that's
my shit
true.
back.
Nah, you too late for that, bro.
It's too late. That was not.
You too
Son,
late.
you got
I
money.
see
Get-
motherfuckers
get
with
the
no
fucking-
corners get hymns and they get corners all of a
get
sudden.
the hair transplant. You got that money.
I ain't getting no hair transplant, bro. If I got patience for
All
Smile
right,
Direct,
this guy
I'm
looks
not getting
different. This guy, the Italian one. Yeah, Mario Balotelli. He looks a little different
I
because
fuck
he got
with
the
Balotelli.
hair.
He was like the fucking. He was an OD dude before, right? Like he used to wild out. Yeah.
But there's no way you could tell a soccer
That's
player.
Thierry Henry, right?
Who's that one?
Yo, you should just name.
That's Thierry Henry too. Look at that. Go back to this guy right here. That's
What the
Thierry
fuck
Henry
is
looks good
that?
with his
I don't know,
shorts,
but
Oh,
y'all crazy,
God.
bro. Y'all are really wild with
Pretty
this
good
soccer
quads
shit.
though.
Yo,
Not gonna hold
Alex,
you.
that could be you.
Go back up.
You do your legs.
Go back up to RG3.
Yo.
Yo, that's mystical.
I'm about to say that's definitely a woman. Black day soccer thug caught on CCTV punching white woman in the face.
Oh,
they had to make sure they said white woman in the face. You can tell.
Oh yeah, that's new. Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Oh, it is?
Yeah, Daily Storm is a proper.
It's alt-right website.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, fuck that. We don't shout out that website on here.
All right, this is compelling.
Okay.
The 20 most
Son,
ugly
it's all
football
good. We
teams.
just chill, bro. We working right now. We just looking at that. Whoa, look at these little shorties. Look at that guy.
That's Thierry Henry?
They're all Thierry Henry. Okay. Anyway, I think that we're pretty much in agreement. I think we're pretty much in agreement with this. Anything else before we are run out of here?
So, did you hear about the Le'Veon and Keenan Allen beef?
That was great.
Talk to me about this.
All right, so if you guys, I'm a Jets fan. Le'Veon Bell is trying to become a rapper. He took a lot of the year off to focus on his rap career, if anybody noticed. But he tweeted out today, like, yo, let me know if y'all fucking with this and that, yada, yada, yada. Keenan Allen of the LA Chargers?
Yeah.
Keenan Allen said, and I quote, hold on.
I got to keep it banned, bro. This ain't it with the trash emoji. Trash can emoji.
So Keenan said that Le'Veon's album was trash.
And Le'Veon said, are you
tweeted out a
ready?
video. Yeah.
Yeah, he had his rap video up. He said, are you ready? Fire or trash can emoji. Both emojis. And then Keenan Allen said, I got to keep it banned, bro. This ain't it. Trash can emoji.
Le'Veon
And
Bell
then-
responded, if you honestly felt that way, you could have just texted me and said that. LOL, but it seems even people with check marks want to troll to seek attention for mentions nowadays. Enjoy this buzz fuzz. It's still all positive vibes.
And
Keenan
then-
Allen responded, I was not trolling on my mama, bro. I don't troll. Like I said, I speak facts. You shouldn't have asked if you ain't want the truth. All over here.
I mean, that's true. Don't ask if you don't want to know the
Tough
answer.
love.
Uh,
Did you listen to the album?
I heard the song. It
I
wasn't
listened to the
good.
song.
Wasn't good.
Song was trash?
Not
Song's
good.
not good. No.
Really
We-
bad. Can
yeah.
we play a little of it through your phone?
I'm a Jets fan, too. And
I got
I'll
it.
play the clip. It's right here.
But play it through your phone
Yeah.
so
then
that
we
we
can
don't
keep
get
talking.
this shit flagged. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? All right, let me see. Here.
Oh, whoops.
You got it up? All right, this is Le'Veon Bell's rap song.
Oh, here we
Okay.
go. This is it. Can you hear that? We got to talk over it, right?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
we got to
We
talk
gotta
over this.
Yeah.
Here, give me, and then we don't have to talk over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like a broke-ass Migos, right?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a whacker version of Lonzo Ball music.
I
And I
never,
kind of fuck with Lonzo Ball music.
I never
Word
heard
up.
Lonzo, but
Like, get your merch, get
But-
your merch. Get your merch, get your merch. You don't remember the Lonzo
I
Ball?
never heard the Lonzo shit.
Lonzo got records, bro. What was the keys? Put out an album and shit. She was
I
alright.
ain't heard, but this is whack. No athlete to me had good music.
That's a lot.
Allen Iverson,
40 bars.
40 bars.
Legendary record.
Flames.
I heard an old
Drop
Kobe
the
record.
F word mad times.
That's dope. That's
David
what's up.
Stern, cut
That's
that
what's
shit
up.
immediately.
Come
That
me-
should have made me. We
Game
should
on.
pull that up.
Unquote.
Pull that up, Alex.
Quote Allen Iverson. I'm not gonna say the word, but it said, "Come at me with F-word tendencies, you be sleeping where the maggots be." I said, "Oh my god!" Aside from the homophobia, that was a fire.
Yeah, I'm about aside from.
Fire bar, bro. So you don't remember that Reebok commercial back in the day when they were playing like the instrumental for it?
Nah, bro.
Oh, bro, you know it as soon as you hear it, like the first couple joints.
He had one of the few good non-Jordan shoes back when we were kids. Though.
Love them.
Yeah, the
Those are one of
questions.
some of the best non-Jordan
Questions or the answers?
Yeah,
You play
I like the questions and the answers.
You remember this record? Yeah, this is it. 40
Oh,
bars,
shit.
man.
This is Allen Iverson.
Jules time.
Okay, we
The
listened to it.
legend.
Dude, this shit is not a
I
game.
remember this
Listen,
like fucking yesterday.
Hold on.
The year 2G,
Hold on.
the rap game changed from
hold
one
on.
day. Gave me one, he cheated. We need it. Shame if you don't believe it.
Well, get to the F word, guys. Hurry up. The fuck? Okay.
You be sleeping where the maggots be.
That's what's up.
Whoa, that was
That's what's
harsh.
up.
Yo, AI could have had a rap
Bro,
career, bro.
that shit was a record.
It
bro.
sounded like aggressive spoken word though.
It was alright.
Like
It
the way
wasn't
his
crazy.
cadence was, it was almost like how
Yeah.
spoken word is.
That shit was fire, bro.
He was nice, bro.
No, that shit was
It's
that
Jules
shit was
time.
fire.
That was awesome. I didn't hear that.
It's Jules time.
All right, anything else before we run out, fellas?
Cass thinks Harden got the MVP sewn up.
I think you got it, bro.
Now, is there conventional wisdom that says that Giannis should get it because their record is better?
best player
That's
on the
what I
best
was on.
team, and that everybody used to say. It's just whoever's. I don't think
All
Harden's
right,
going to
but
win it because he
then-
won it last year.
What do you mean by that? Wait. Hold on. What do you mean
People
by that?
hate giving it to people 2 years in a row. Shaq
Right.
deserved it 10 of the years he played.
Right.
LeBron deserved it 10 of the years he's played.
Jordan.
Jordan deserved it every year he played. They just don't. So I just don't know if he'll get it for that. He probably deserves it. But they just didn't want to give it to him 2 years ago, so they gave it to Russell Westbrook because of the triple-double. Russell Westbrook had a triple-double again. You've spoken of this.
Yes.
But they didn't want to give it to him twice in a row, so they gave it to Harden. Harden, I don't think they want to give it to him twice in a row. Also, for me, I got to see it in the playoffs before I finally give it up to him. I'm not going to give it up to him until I see the playoffs.
So here's a question. You're the NBA, and you're giving this award away as a marketing tool if you're smart.
To the least marketable superstar in history?
Boom. Why not give it away to the guy who has a very good chance of taking your sport to the next level? I mean, LeBron is out of here. Steph is not a spring chicken. I mean, Giannis could do what he does
He's only 30.
for the next. He's not a spring chicken. He's a
Not
30-year-old
old,
guard
but
with
he's not
shitty
young.
ankles.
He's a shooter though. It's not like he's got a dunk
Sure,
on
but
anybody.
But his days of dominance are numbered. They're not over.
He
but
relies on speed.
Stuff's mastered the one skill you could use until you're like 40.
Yeah,
How
but
long
you're
do you
not
think
gonna
he's best player in the
dominate.
league? Or top 5 player in the league?
I think he got another 3-4 years.
Okay.
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
not that long, yeah.
The exact argument, right?
Okay.
So it's like Giannis is how old?
23 or 24.
So he could do this for another
10 years.
minimum 10. Minimum 10
health permitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
with all of them.
Yeah.
Same health thing as all of them. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, Steph has got more injuries, is more injury prone than Giannis, right? So it's like, if I'm the NBA, I'm marketing this new young guy that the kids love, that a sneaker's about to come out, that's transitioning this style of play. He's made positionless basketball official in a lot of ways. I give it to Giannis, and I dump everything behind him. And I bet you if Giannis played for a big market team, that MVP would be locked the fuck up. But since he's stuck up there in Milwaukee, all of a sudden it's maybe we should give it to Harden because there's more money behind the Rockets.
I don't think it's that. I just think the motherfucker just drops like mad 50-point triple doubles.
But they lose.
60 points. They were not even in the playoffs. Like what in the first 2 months of the year, and now they're what third seed? Might be a second seed in the West. Like
Who's got a better record?
the Bucks, but they're not. And
End of
Giannis
argument.
is hurt. He just can't wait. No, he just came back today actually against the Brooklyn Nets.
How long
just
was
came
he
back
hurt?
today. Hurt for maybe a couple weeks. But they were thinking of shutting him down for the rest of the season. They're like, nah, he wants to play, whatever. So they're letting him play. But
Best
one is
player on the
East.
best team.
All right, so how come Steph Curry and Kevin Durant don't get it every year?
Because there's fatigue, right? That's what we were just saying. There is MVP fatigue.
I'm
Derrick
sorry.
Rose, I love Derrick Rose. I hated when LeBron went to the Heat. I hated him when he was on the Heat. LeBron should have got that MVP. Of
course.
They just didn't want to give it to him. Sometimes they just don't. Shaq should have more than one MVP. This is indisputable.
A lot
It's
of times,
crazy
a lot of times
that
it's
Shaq
years.
has one MVP. Like, that is absolutely absurd. Can you name a more valuable player in the NBA during Shaq's heyday than Shaq?
Tim Duncan.
Maybe Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
I don't think so.
Tim Duncan was the best player of that generation. I've always been a Tim Duncan over Kobe.
Either
guy.
way, Tim Duncan should have more than one MVP, or two MVPs, or Shaq should have more than one. Either one of these is true.
Shaq should definitely have more than one MVP.
Steve Nash and
course.
Tim Duncan got the same number of MVPs, I think.
Which is crazy.
It's voting. It's a vote. When have votes ever been great?
Right.
Our current president. You can't just put shit to a vote and expect the best person to win.
To your Derrick Rose thing, I mean, like, there's times where like those teams take that leap, and I think like Giannis took that leap, so I guess that's why I would probably want to go with Giannis over that year. But it's like the dude's had so many just.
Can you think of a more annoying player to get back-to-back MVPs? He might get it, but like, Jesus,
Steve
fuck.
Nash.
Honest.
Steve Nash. Everybody loves Steve
No, I
Nash.
love
I
Nash.
didn't like him
Bro,
back then.
he didn't deserve that. The
Consummate
Kobe
Sure.
year.
teammate.
Sure,
The
but
year
I'm
Kobe
saying,
got 81
no,
and
but
he
you're
didn't get
not-
MVP.
But sure, that's to the point of us again. I think where it's just you can't really trust the votes. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, Steve Nash was loved. He was universally praised. Everybody loved that style of basketball. James Harden, for as good as he is, people are really put off by how he plays, especially considering how good he is. The fact that he's so good and his popularity is so much lower than how good he is means he's pretty annoying to people. I just can't imagine a more annoying repeat MVP. It could happen,
Yeah.
but it would be. He's the fucking. Oh, it's the most annoying, infuriating game to watch.
I don't know, man. The dude has the numbers to back it up. They beat the Warriors 3 out of 4 times this year.
Regular
Like,
season.
Same thing with the Bucks.
But it is a regular season award. I guess I hear what you're saying. It has to be one or the other. I just hope they don't give it to Harden because I just think he's so annoying.
Trust me,
And
I don't want to
he'll
see
be
him get it either.
So petty when he loses. Like, I want to see it I want to see him lose just for his reaction. How he's going to be on social media, how he's going to be in interviews. Like, it's going to really bother him.
Who
to his
right
core.
now? Who would be their matchup? Can someone check the standings? Because the NBA, basically the 4 through 8 seed is tight in the West.
Yeah.
I think it's Nuggets, Warriors, Rockets, if I remember.
I really want
top
Warriors and Thunder in the first round.
Click on the West.
Yo, what
Warriors
holds
not-
more weight?
Trailblazers.
A regular season MVP or finals?
Regular season.
I would give
But isn't the goal winning a championship?
Yes, but regular season MVP means more. Finals MVP isn't even like a considered
For
thing.
some reason, that's like the fifth thing they bring up when they talk about the greatest players of all
Yeah.
time.
Like they won't say
Like Kobe only has 2 out of
Like
5.
Andre Iguodala is a Finals MVP. Like, how valuable is it really?
I think it should count.
because that's
more.
what happens a lot of times, and not all the time, but a lot of times in the playoffs, a role player steps up and is the difference maker, and that's what happened
You know
with
how
Andre
valuable-
Iguodala.
Yeah, true.
So now, if you look at Finals MVP and you put it above a regular season MVP, you're like, wait a minute, was Andre Iguodala more important that year than James Harden?
I do think you're right. I think it should carry more weight than it does.
Right.
Like I think the fact that Steph has 0 is a little weird.
Yeah, he
but-
could have had it last year. That was very easily could have been.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, they
could've
gave it
been
to KD, but it could have
Because
easily
KD hit
been
that
to
one
Steph.
shot over Braun. Once he hit that
Boom.
that fucking that shutdown shot, that was like, yeah, he got
Steph
it.
played his ass off last. last
You heard
finals.
the Warriors complaining about the officiating. They were going nuts about the officiating in the Timberwolves game, and it was just weird to see them complaining about bad calls.
Well, it was necessary. Did you see? Did you see what
Sure, but
happened?
also the way you won Game 1 of the Finals last year when LeBron had 50 and a triple double in the Finals
Yeah.
was pretty horrible officiating.
Look good to me.
Guys, we got to get out of here, man. It's getting late. Anything else we want to say real quick?
No, come to Caroline's April 26th and 27th. ABDCs are doing shows that were headlining.
Why don't you say this in the beginning, man?
Well, I
we're
forget. We
doing
got,
the
we got, yeah, we got.
Oh, we
some-
got
oh
nothing
yeah,
to
you
say,
started
so-
talking about the girl in the ambulance.
My bad.
No, it's all good. I can't interrupt. The bitch had needed an ambulance.
In an ambulance.
So April 26th and 27th, you can get the tickets at carolines.com, 7:30. 2 shows, ABDCs. Come through.
Get those, man. That'll be dope. Thank you guys so much for watching Views from the Sis. The full special is officially out, all 6 chapters, youtube.com/TheAndrewSchulz. Continue watching, sharing, throwing it in them group chats and just making these clips go viral. We're over 2.5 million views already.
God damn.
It's pretty amazing to see
That's
what's happening with
incredible,
this, man. It's like it's amazing to see how we've transitioned comedy and the effect it's had. Like I got a buddy came up to me yesterday who was he's a comic and he was in Estonia, and there was a comic in Estonia that came to him and they were like, yeah man, we've been following the Andrew Schulz blueprint and we've been putting all our stuff out like this and cutting it up to pieces. It's just like crazy to see the effect on the industry globally. So we did a very special thing by really kind of changing a traditional structure, and everybody who shared the clips and helped them go viral and helped them have success, you're intimately involved in the success of that. So I'm incredibly grateful, man. Another cool thing for you guys to check out if you haven't seen already, we did a tour documentary that we shot with the special, and I hadn't really promoted it because I didn't want it to get confused with the special, but if you look at the Dropping In series that I have on YouTube, there's a dropping in for London, there's a dropping in for Copenhagen, a dropping in for Oslo, and a dropping in for Amsterdam. And those 4 dropping ins have bits of stand-up and checking out the city, etc. That's the tour documentary for Views from the Sis. So for every city that we filmed the special in, we also ran around the city, checking the red light district in Amsterdam, getting constipated in London, looking at Viking ships in Oslo, going to this hippie community in Copenhagen. It was some pretty sick shit, man. So yeah, go give those a check out if you finished Views from the Sis and you still want a little bit more. Make sure you check those out. And thank you guys so much for just supporting everything that's going on, man. We got some really cool stuff coming up in the future. I'm excited to share. So next week I'll start letting y'all know what's up with that, man. But we appreciate y'all fucking with us. For all the patrons, if you're not a patron yet, come fuck with us. Come join the army and check exactly what we got going on over here. It means a lot that you support what we do and help us grow. And we got some cool things that we're going to be cooking up, man. Right now I'm looking at real estate space because I want to get a compound that we can take this to the next level on. And I'd rather pay one of you guys if you're in real estate than some random dude. So if you work in industrial or office, commercial real estate, just contact me, shoot me a DM or shoot Alex a DM. And if you're in New York City, let us know because again, I'd rather keep the money within the asshole army than spread it outside. So yeah, just reach out, man. Appreciate y'all so much, man. This has been another episode of Flagrant 2. Keep it tight. Peace.